All right, yeah. Welcome to the Untitled Studios Chatterbox hangout thing. Yeah, I'm clearly fucking on it. Number 8.
8. I actually guessed the right number.
Number 8.
I'm so happy. I seriously, I've lost count, and we're not high enough for me to lose count and justify it.
Do you like the description I put up here? Untitled Studios, just some bros throwing out bro stuff, bro.
Bruh.
So sorry.
We apologize for all the bros that is about to happen. Gonna drape our bro-ness,
dude, bro,
on someone else's shoulder and be like, bro, you totally checking out my bro.
Bro. Oh man, I gotta stop. It's just too much.
It's just right.
We're getting too crazy right off the bat, man.
I know, right?
We don't even know if people are watching us. Nobody. I don't think anyone watches.
I don't think anyone watches.
No, we got one viewer.
Is that not you?
Not me yet.
Oh, he's always have to double check that. It's like, because I have the habit of looking at it so I can see what the chat is, and so I can keep on top of it. But then when that pops up, and neither of us are watching it, or if there's more people than we suspect, it's always kind of uplifting. Because like, wow, someone's actually taking time to click on this.
Maybe we'll get class holes in here. Right? I don't know if he can do hangouts though, because I know we finally heard from him.
Yeah, so that's definitely a thing right now. So the long break, how long was it? Over a year?
I don't know, probably close to that.
It was a very long time that we had not heard from Class whatsoever. We all thought he died or got extremely stoned or anything, like you could possibly think of. And actually, recently, within like the last week, he's come back. It's the resurrection of Class Hole, and so we're seeing if he can join us and maybe a guest.
From was June 22nd, 2016. It's almost exactly a year.
Wow, that's creepily close.
Yeah.
So it's nice seeing.
It's nice that he's still alive.
Yeah, at least that part.
I kind of wish that I'd been right and that he just like got a girlfriend. It was just like fuck these dudes, don't get the pussy.
I mean,
instead of having a broken computer, so he couldn't do any of this stuff, like do a Steam or anything like that.
See, that's a justifiable reason, like getting laid or having a broken computer, like works for me. Like we actually thought that he'd gone off and started a cult.
No, I honestly thought he just got a girlfriend and getting laid. I really did. I mean, that was like my best guess. I was like, I bet he just got a girlfriend and getting some new.
Well, I'm trying to make it more dramatic.
And he's in college, so he's doing all this studying. But then, like, there was also the chance he could just be dead.
Well, come on, you don't do studying in college.
No, he actually is one of those kids that like wants to graduate and get like a real job. So he probably is doing studying. There we go. Put that down a little bit.
Okay, so I'm not trying to
But yeah, so for fucking people who used to watch the Untitled podcast, which is all on our channel, and
I highly encourage going back and watching those, because some of those are actually pretty.
You probably skip like the first 3.
Yeah. Go to number like 10, maybe even.
No, 4 or 5. We started to get into like the presentations.
Okay, yeah, funny. I think then 4 or 5 is probably where you should start and go from there, because the presentations are an absolute right. If you want to skip the entire like podcast bit, I know you made a whole collab of a highlight reel of just those.
Oh yeah, just those. But yeah, it's like 5 hours long. I gotta break that
down. 5-hour long video. Yeah, if you can make the marathon.
Oh, Dan Charquat has joined in.
Hello, good sir.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can.
Loud and clear.
All right, cool. Just a quick heads up, man. My son like busted the headset jack on the headset I normally use, so I'm using his earbud one, so I hope it sounds all right.
Oh, it's so far so good.
All right, right on. Cool.
Yeah, turn up the volume a little bit on, because I think my headset's cranked up all the way.
Yeah, is that enough? Is it high enough for you?
Oh, that's perfect. I can hear him. Clear.
Okay.
All right, right on, dude. Cool. So what's up?
So yeah, we were just talking about we had a guy that used to do stuff with us all the time online, Class Holes. You would recognize him from the compilation of presentations.
Oh yeah.
And we finally heard from him after like a year of silence, in which we thought he'd either been like dead or gotten laid or just started a cult or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But it's hopefully someday we can get that full-time fourth member.
Yeah, well,
Like
hopefully
the
he'll
back.
come back. Yeah, he'll come back and do some stuff with us.
And be
Right on.
the over-the-top successful gamer in comparison to the rest of us, and always whip our ass at everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because he clearly did every single time.
Oh yeah. So I have a list of shit that just popped into my head that I thought might be interesting.
Brace yourself.
But I wanted to start with John Cusack. I don't know what the fuck John Cusack did recently, but fucking Twitter hates him now.
What did he do?
I don't fucking know, but now he's like constantly having to block people and getting into it with people on Twitter. Like, first of all, that's his mistake. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Respond to that shit.
The instant you use Twitter as a source of fighting somebody, yeah, you already fucked up.
Oh, it's all political. It's the conservatives don't like him, and he doesn't like them. But I don't know what the fuck started it, and I don't really care. I just I'm watching it. So if you don't follow John Cusack on Twitter, you might want to.
I don't follow a lot of things on Twitter.
He's pretty fucking funny. He's like whatever your politics are, you agree, disagree, blah blah blah. Fuck it. He's pretty fucking funny. He's just like, yeah. And if you made a salient point, I might not have blocked your ass. You know? Fucking, I don't know, John Cusack.
Yeah, I think people forget he was on Saturday Night Live, dude, back in the day. He was a cast member. So yeah, he's a pretty funny guy, dude. Yeah, I think him and his sister at one point were both on there.
Well, and
good old Joan.
Well, he would have had to have at least one scene in the rain. So I think he has to have that in like every movie he does. And Joan has to be like a character in almost everything he does too. I don't know why. But apparently, I wonder if they fuck.
There's that's some incest shit right there. It's like, hey, you want to make it in the business, you got to fuck your brother.
Yeah, I wish we got a really good camera because his eyes just popped for a minute. He's just like, where did you get that?
I was like, why did you go the incest route?
Like, yeah, come on. They happen to be brother and sister, so them playing brother and sister is not that strange.
In every movie together.
I don't know, maybe it's just like him it's like, hey, if you want me, you got to put my sister in this somewhere.
Yeah, and I think that's probably because she's giving him head.
I mean, see, at least that part.
Yeah, they're like, okay, John, we're okay with you having your sister in the movie, but insisting on it being a love scene is a little weird.
Yeah, it's like, it does not have to be.
Look, John, we really don't give a shit that you and your sister bang. This is Hollywood. We've seen everything. Just stop doing it in the middle of the set.
Yeah.
Take it to your trailer. We want to film.
He just imagines that every film he does is a porn. So.
That's kind of funny. Well, no, one of the movies John Cusack made not too long ago, I guess late 90s, early 2000s, Gross Point Blank was filmed in our town.
Oh.
Yeah, all the high school scenes were filmed at one of the local high schools here.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, what movie?
Gross Point Blank.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Hitman kind of character.
Does Hitman come back for family reunion or something?
Yeah. John, was the...
or not family, school reunion or something, right?
Yeah, he went to a high school reunion, and then... what was it? It's one of the Ghostbusters. Dan Aykroyd played another hitman who was trying to get him to join some sort of like hitman union consortium thing.
I hate it when my hitmen unionize.
Yeah, and it was pretty fucking funny.
They want benefits, retirement.
Yeah, and then the chick he was going after, I can't remember actress's name, but it's one of the few movies I've seen her in where she actually looks like really pretty. She always just not that she looks bad, it's just she has like freakishly like bizarre portion features. Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up.
It's not like she's not pretty. She just looks really odd.
Once you see what I'm talking about, you'll
She looks almost human in this one. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, something or other.
I will have to take it upon myself to actually watch Gross Point Blank to understand what the fuck you're talking about.
The Mini Driver?
But yeah, Mini Driver, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just looked it up. Man.
She just has like a really bizarre Pez dispenser head.
Yeah, she does have a big head, dude.
So yeah, she tilts. If you push her forehead, does a candy come out of her throat?
Yeah, exactly. No, out of her mouth, man.
Snap the head back.
I'm gonna look up some images here.
Say something terrible. What flavor is she?
And I'm gonna have to do an off scene before I add them in because I don't want anybody to see in case of random fucking porn images because now every celebrity has fake nudes and shit that pop up with them.
Because
I think it'd be kind of an honor if you started a good fake news rumor, dude.
No, the fake nudes. You know where they do the Photoshop?
Oh, nudes. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they sound exactly the same though.
Fake nudes.
All right, here we
I
go.
believe in fake nudes.
We will make that. We'll start the strings, and it will be glorious.
You're sharing this image.
All right, there we go. That's Minnie Driver for anybody. You just notice how much bigger her mouth is than probably most humans' mouths.
Mm-hmm. It's like as wide as the outsides of her fucking eyeballs, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's way bigger than anybody else's. It's almost like as big as Chata de Laurentiis, who I'm going to look up now.
You guys are assholes.
I wasn't making any judgment, just merely an observation.
It looks hot. I just, it's weird.
It's like you're really attractive, but you look like a Pez dispenser.
But, I was watching the fucking...
Like a really hot Pez dispenser.
Yeah, it's like... Rachel Ray?
No, this is Chata de Laurentiis, man.
Oh, okay.
She's like the Italian who cooks more Italian-style food, but on the same network. God, that's just an awkward photo.
Yeah.
I should have picked another one.
No, that's perfect. What the hell are you talking about? That's fantastic.
All right, so this is Chata de
Laurentiis. I'm sure she's very proud of it. Honestly,
who also has a Pez dispenser head.
Honestly,
Rachel Ray kind of does too.
Perfect teeth. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, if I had pearly whites like that, and I didn't have the railroad map or freaking train wreck of teeth that I feel like I'm having, I'd smile like that all the time.
You see, famous rich people with teeth like that, they're fucking not real.
Yeah.
They're porcelain veneers that are just glued on over stubs. Like Charlie Sheen's teeth are just fucking. He has serious meth mouth. He just wears porcelain fakes.
I'm sure
almost all do.
I'm sure he makes hockey players jealous.
Yeah. Although these are probably real teeth. I don't know, man. Fucking, there's a lot of Pez dispenser heads. Although, fucking, speaking of weird-looking celebrities, I watched the fucking Rolling Stones. I loaded up a music video I was watching, and they can still rock now.
Yeah.
But they, for the love of Christ, they look like beef jerky on stage.
So leathery skin everywhere.
It just a little like chewy and dried out,
fucking hanging out on stage with guitars. Oh man. They're going to smoke the roaches that are fucking left after the nuclear apocalypse and eat the Twinkies. What's up, Cleveland? And they'll probably fucking pull, because they're all British, so they probably also have foreskins. So they'll save their supermodel wives by hiding them in the foreskins. Because they're so old and dried out, they're stretchy.
You put a little much thought into their foreskin, Stabby.
Are you supposed to screen? Nice.
Yeah, that might be. No, we're not screen sharing.
Okay.
The one thing they did improve on screen share is when you are, there's a little thing right down.
Oh, you can just kind of kick out of it, yeah.
It's really nice. Well, but also you always know because it's always on top.
Shout out to Google Plus.
Yeah, for all the things they do wrong, this one little thing they've done right makes it better.
Makes it all worth it.
Oh man.
So I don't accidentally click on my Pornhub account.
Oh, I make sure there's no porn fucking loaded, which it's really not hard because I don't really watch porn that much on here.
Wink.
I have a laptop by my bed. I mean, if
I
watch porn, why the fuck would I do it at my desk?
Yeah.
Facing the window when I could be not facing the window. Yeah. I mean, it just
surprisingly not completely awkward sitting in your bedroom doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shh. It's still gonna be all right. Just don't speak.
The stuff hasn't kicked in yet, so I'm still conscious.
Yeah, the fucking edibles didn't do a goddamn thing. So 5 milligrams is not enough of a dose for me.
Dun, dun,
Hot edibles.
Yeah, and I want to try them to see if they're really good at pain killing and stuff because I might be able to get off of the prescription painkiller if I can find a low enough edible dose because they tend to last for about 4 to 6 hours, and weed when you smoke it definitely kills pain.
Yeah,
but it's really easy to oversmoke, whereas edibles are in milligram dosages.
Yeah,
and so I'm thinking if I work my way slowly up, I tried 5 today. I'll try 10 tomorrow, since 5 didn't do shit. and then see where I go from there, and just slowly work my way up. And then after that, I'll probably only go up by like 2.5 milligrams each time. Morty Mike joined us.
So Challenger approaches.
Hello.
Yeah, and just get to the point where I actually get high off of it before I figure out like.
So, am I correct in understanding that you have an opportunity to masturbate in front of the window, and you don't avail yourself of this option?
No, I pass on that, man.
Okay.
I just imagine like staying there completely butt naked, standing in front of a window, and just like letting the world.
Oh, God,
hello,
for like
neighbor.
15-20 minutes just sitting there fucking whacking off. That's just...
Well, that's like the perfect alibi. I think Dave Chappelle had a sketch where he's like, I'll show up naked with fucking holding a newspaper and shit.
They know exactly where I was. It's like,
why did I look at the shot?
yeah, okay. Yeah,
It was unmistakable, officer. It was him.
Oh, man. Okay, so I have a list of things to talk about that I thought would be fun.
Nice.
And since we were talking about fapping and porn, I want to see pornvertising.
Pornvertising?
So
Sure.
You have to call it pornvertising.
I want to see advertising in porn because there's all this bullshit about how like you can't advertise in certain things because there's language and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see like shitty commercials. I want to see them work it into like their crappy like right before they fuck storyline kind of thing. Where she's like, "Oh baby, you bought me the Reynolds Wrap name brand porn. I'm gonna suck your dick." And they just throw that shit in there, and I'm like, I bet you their fucking sales would increase because people would get a laugh out of it, and then they get to jack off, and then they're like, "I'm buying Reynolds Wrap."
She's like, bounty towels are shown to pick up 20% more, vaginal juice. So it's like,
It's like, oh my god, brought that nice $5 footlong.
10% more anal leakage.
They try to work it in. Like, you remember on the Truman Show when the mom would always be doing that shit? And he'd be like, "Who are you talking to? Why are you saying that?"
That's pretty classic right there.
No, I don't think I ever watched the Truman Show.
It's actually pretty good, man.
It's a good mind fuck movie. I mean, it's probably been spoiled for you by now.
I watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and that kind of turned me off to like not comedy from Jim Carrey. So I missed out on that.
That's like
I actually love that movie, dude.
Oh,
I didn't like that one.
It was a bad movie. It was just like I was like, man, I can't take him seriously.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah,
and all the comedies done over the years.
He's Ace Ventura. Like, no matter what comedy role or what serious role he takes, he's still a comedy actor to you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Didn't you do like?
He was the Riddler.
23. The movie. It was a movie 23 or something like that. And it's like this super serious, like kind of thriller-esque movie. And
Yeah, maybe.
And it was just like not Jim Carrey.
No one cared though, apparently.
Yeah, no one really. Yeah, as like I say it, and they're like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
23. What the fuck is that?
No, I've heard of the movie, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
He did play one of the characters in what was that real superhero movie, Kick-Ass 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kick-Ass?
He was in Kick-Ass 2.
Kick-Ass 2.
Rises up like I'm an 8-year-old.
He was the guy who was all like the military guy with the dog and the bat. That was Jim Carrey.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh,
how the hell did I miss that?
Because you looked nothing like Jim fucking Carrey. That's how you missed that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he wasn't doing wacky fucking.
Well, and they had like prosthetics on his face or something.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel a lot better because I'm imagining him in Kick-Ass, and that is still like an over the top. So actually, that probably worked for him.
Wasn't he the Grinch?
He's only in Kick-Ass.
Okay, sorry, Kick-Ass 2.
He was a Grinch at one point, right?
Yeah, he played the Grinch.
Yeah. He ruined that
How
fucking
did I not
classic
notice
thing.
that?
Well, also, Jim Carrey looks kind of blown the fuck out. Like he looks like he may have done some drugs, but just was good enough not to really get.
Well, wasn't he married to, or maybe he still is, to the McCarthy, the fucking anti-vax lady?
Oh, I don't know. But this is him in Kick-Ass 2 for anybody who's curious.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, because it's him with a kind of a grizzled veteran beard and a green mask over his face.
Yeah.
It's not exactly like
but you go here,
elusive disguise.
It's him.
And you see
Okay,
that expression,
there
and you're
he
like,
is.
yeah, I fucking see it now.
There he
Yeah,
is.
that's very much.
Yeah.
He's almost like a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Okay, not there.
Yeah, that's a Ninja Turtle on crack.
But see, it's like when you look serious, you get it, but then you go back to like that, and you're like, oh, that's just.
He almost looks like He almost looks like. Go back to that other one. He almost looks like a character from like
Again,
Street Fighter or something. Like it's
Yeah.
just.
it's like a shitty
Oh,
Guile.
Yeah, like a great Guile.
If Guile, it's Guile before he goes Super Saiyan and gets that golden hair.
Super Saiyan Guile.
Oh man.
Super Saiyan Van Dam.
Yeah. Although that reminds me of talking about how you never realize somebody's, playing that role or whatever. It's a pretty small one, but if you remember in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, it took me for the longest time. I never realized that hitchhiker they pick up is Tobey Maguire.
No, I never seen that movie though.
Oh my God, you haven't seen that movie?
Oh, I never saw that.
Bastard.
Well, when you watch it, which I strongly suggest you do, the hitchhiker they pick up is Tobey Maguire. But it doesn't really look like him.
Yeah, but Stabby, just list the movies you have seen.
Well, if it's like a cheesy, shitty 80s movie or 90s movie, I've absolutely seen it.
I see.
Reaching back to the nostalgia, Three Ninjas.
Oh, I've seen all the
Three Ninjas.
Three Ninjas.
Wow.
all of the movies.
Yeah, it's like it's Home Alone, but they're ninjas.
Because
Yeah,
there's three
Ninja
ninjas,
Kings.
Three Ninjas Kick Back, and Three Ninjas The Next Generation.
It was,
I think it was The Next
no,
Generation.
it's,
that like
it's Knuckle Up or something.
Knuckle Up, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that
Well,
like
how the
Surf
hell do
Ninja
I remember
at
that?
all?
What was The Next Generation then?
See, here's the thing: is I have a hard time remembering shit at work. But no, I can remember the title. Three Ninjas, like third movie.
Oh, man.
It's like
Oh,
that's kind of sad.
It sounds like you have your memory priorities in order, dude. Good job.
Yeah, all right. My child
Although
nerd is
speaking,
strong.
speaking of the '80s movies and John Cusack, like two of my favorite movies as a kid was One Crazy Summer and you guys seen those?
One Crazy Summer.
Is that the one where he's like a skiing guy?
No, that's Better Off Dead.
Okay, because I've seen that one, and that was actually pretty fucking funny. Although a little harsh in some of it. But I don't know if
Yeah.
I've seen
Is
Summer
John
one.
Cusack a thing again?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, tying it back to the John Cusack from the '80s movies, man. This is callback humor, bro.
Well, yeah, but I feel like I've been hearing a lot of John Cusack talk
Yeah,
lately.
we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, I
He
missed
earned
it.
like the death sentence on Twitter or something. Like everybody hates him on Twitter. All the conservatives now.
Oh,
I don't know why,
don't do that.
but if you don't follow his Twitter, you probably should because he's fucking funny as
Well,
hell.
it's
like,
conservatives. So it's all the people that don't matter.
Well, I mean, like just watch him fucking interact. It's
I'm
great.
sorry. Stabby is a conservative, and I knew that when I said that.
Well, clearly,
Right.
because
And I apologize.
I don't know. But no, you
Sorry, not
definitely-
sorry,
I would say watch his Twitter if you don't already, because he's pretty funny going back and forth with these guys.
Well, I mean-
definitely worth checking out.
what is that second one, and why should I be worried?
Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah. I remember him.
Oh, I have a list of things to talk about if we run out of shit. And like,
We're out of shit. Go.
Go and go.
dumbest
Time-
thing you've
time
ever
to
done
panic,
to your
dude.
genitals.
Dumbest thing I've ever done.
Dumbest thing you've ever done to your genitals.
Oh. God.
Sounds like Mike might have a story.
Let me count the ways. Like,
Yeah, it's like that's where he
Hey,
pulls
I
out.
got a.
I'm trying to think.
I-
I guess dick in the vacuum cleaner.
I've never done that.
Dick, really?
Did it feel good at all? Even for like
No,
a
it
second?
doesn't. You quickly understand the mistake of the dry, unforgiving vacuum cleaner.
So, real quick, and this is funny thing I noticed. So, yeah, the meager amount of people actually viewing it was at 3. The instant you said the thing you've done to your genitals, that 3 went down to 2. Like
Oh,
right
no.
after you finished that sentence,
Oh man,
it's like and
I'm gonna
done.
repop out the chat.
Anyways,
Like, I think we might be missing something.
Yeah, Chad has their priorities all
imagine-
fucked up.
I can't imagine a vacuum cleaner would be a good thing.
No, well, as a kid, the thought process is you're gonna get your dick sucked.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, when you're 12,
because it sucks and it's a blow job and they suck.
Yeah, probably around 11 or 12. You're not even shooting jizz yet, basically.
Yeah, it's just a thing that might actually work, and it doesn't.
It just feels real fucking good.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you
Fucking,
think.
I gotta say, mine was like the mentholated chapstick. It tingles on your lips, and I thought, well, hey, if it tingles on your lips,
Dick tingles.
it does not. It fucking burns.
Yeah.
The other
Dick
one,
tingling is different.
the other one that was real fucking good was the insect bite fucking pads with the lidocaine.
What?
I'm thinking it'll make everything less sensitive so you can
You're
go
kidding.
longer.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Ruined the whole point.
Oh shit. I can light a can on your.
You can actually buy condoms with like lubricant
What the fuck?
that makes that like desensitizes you. You don't need to go the lidocaine.
Yeah, no,
But-
when you're fucking,
Thing.
when you're like 13, shit seems like a real good plan. Well, no, the logic was there. Like, if it's not quite as sensitive, you can go longer. And it'll
Oh
feel
yeah,
quite
that's
longer.
I get it.
The plan was fucking solid.
Sorry, that thought right there
Well,
is just beautiful.
The plan
Yeah.
seems solid if you use that lubricant stuff too, but the plan falls apart if at any point you get a blowjob, because then her mouth goes completely fucking numb.
Oh, no, this was a solo operation.
Oh yeah, I get it. But like even stuff designed for that doesn't
Oh,
really doesn't
This
really
is
work.
No,
Really self-driven
I'm glad I learned solo because that would be a lot more awkward. As a hard-
You were
as a
Han
partner
Solo.
exercise. Oh man.
All right, your turn. Someone else.
Although I guess you could use it as an excuse to get anal. Like, look, for a few seconds, you're not going to feel anything. The way your mouth is numb, that's how your butthole will feel in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
That's actually my opening line when I talk to a woman. It's like, don't worry, your butthole will be fucking numb soon.
Oh.
Lidocaine or not, it's
Yeah.
going to be numb.
You sure it's your opening line and not like Cosby's?
God damn.
Cosby's
No.
opening line is forgotten.
Don't worry, you'll be feeling no pain. You go out Cosby.
Oh no.
His opening line is, here, have a drink.
He loves the Jello pudding.
I can't believe he fucking got a hung jury.
Yeah. OJ got off, so it's like
Yeah.
nothing surprises.
Although
anyone.
I'm sure you
I
just
don't
needed
Man.
one black person on the jury.
That
Yeah,
shows you what
build that
color,
doubt.
The one color that matters is green. You got the fucking
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
You can do what you
That
want.
too.
Yeah. Enough money can turn you white.
Yeah. One of Classical's freaking presentations right there, man.
There you go.
Classical white?
You seen him in Skyfab, didn't you, right, Mike?
No. Oh, is he back?
He just recently was like, hey, my computer's been broken for like a year, and like I haven't been able to do anything.
I was hoping he was dead.
Damn.
Well, actually, I kind of figured he like moved on with his life. Like he was going to college, and it's like kind of you meet girls there, and you go to parties there, and you have new friends, and your life changes. I figured he just like, yeah, that was fun for a while. Now I'm doing this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. I honestly, I figured he just got a girlfriend. It was like that.
He grew up.
And see, we're just crotchety older men in comparison to him, with our dreams already shattered, and reality's kind of already hit us hard. And so we're just like, well, we might as well do something with our lives before we croak. So
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And so one of his messages, class, in the event of a Trump nuclear disaster, the only survivors will be cockroaches in this channel.
amen to that. We will survive the apocalypse and live on.
Oh,
And then we can argue about the cockroaches.
Yeah. Well, fucking, there you go. We'll be like pro cockroach and anti cockroach.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck the cockroaches, Mike. We need to eat them, you idiot.
It's like, look, we can't treat all cockroaches the same.
Yeah, but those fucking headless cockroaches are creepy.
You gotta herd them into camps, dude. It's not safe. Force them to concentrate.
We can
Holy
only live
Thanks for
with
having
the ones that have the biggest feelers. Small feelers must die.
Yeah, you get enough cockroaches with enough feelers. It's almost like getting laid.
Exactly.
It's almost like getting laid.
It's almost as if it's not even close.
Yeah. don't think it is.
Yeah.
What kind of women are you hanging out with, Stabby?
The ones that have cockroaches.
The cockroach queen?
I'm trying to think here. I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay.
I'll leave it to you.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The end.
You just imagine saying to a woman, man, your pussy feels just like a million cockroach feelings.
And your butthole's going to be numb soon.
Trust me, those are both great, huge compliments.
You say nice shoes first, of course.
I'm going to spit water.
Oh, I caught him when he was just taking a drink. That was perfect.
Now, how many viewers did we lose just then for that joke?
Yeah, we're still doing good.
Yeah,
We even got somebody in the chat, William Stenchover.
We have chatties.
We have chatties.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I always forget
Yeah,
about
poor
the chat.
William is all alone, though. Come on, other 2 or 3 people.
You can farm the chat.
Speaking of viewers, that brings me to another one of the topics I wrote down.
Oh shit! Brace yourself.
We're sorry.
Incoming.
Why do people always think there's some sort of like magical secret to YouTube or Twitch
Because
or
there
any other live
is.
streaming thing? Whenever there's like a thing and you got people doing like a Q&A, people are always like, well, how do you get it big on YouTube or how do you get big on Twitch? And they're always like, I don't know, do it.
You
It's like,
make
yeah.
content that people like, and at the same time, you probably get lucky.
Yeah.
And then you've done it.
It's honestly like I feel like it's kind of like a big break sort of thing.
Yeah,
You know,
get
like,
an opportunity,
because-
but you've been putting in the hard work to capitalize on it.
It's consistency and not being complete
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. A big
Because-
break with,
And
with
luck,
no
obviously.
consistency is nothing, though. So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you got to do both.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, once you get that opportunity, you either capitalize on it correctly then, or you are already
you're
like
fucked.
set up to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they always just say like, do it. But it's funny because all these kids seem to think there's like some secret. Like, yeah, you just do this one simple trick and you'll be a famous YouTuber. And it's like, no, dude, there's no
Well,
nobody knows.
No,
that's what everybody does for everything. Everyone is always trying to tell you, if you just do this one thing, if you just take this one pill, if you just do, if you know, it's the whole, I've got the secret to everything, and it's all you have to do is this, but everyone has a different this.
it's a funny thing because like I've seen a slew. You know when you end up getting like a slew of certain type of videos, and sometimes for some reason I got like a slew of like motivational videos.
Oh
from, like,
yeah,
actors
because
and
they're
stuff like
watching you.
because they're sitting there going like, "Oh, you just need to strive. You just need to push yourself to do it." And it's like, and it's just gonna happen as long as you just like keep your attitude positive. It's just gonna happen. I was like,
yeah.
okay, so for the handful of people that did succeed, bravo for them. But how many hundreds of thousands of people are behind you trying to do the exact same thing, trying to push just as
You
hard,
will never succeed.
and
who
you'll
failed
never
miserably.
hear about them?
And,
Yeah,
and you probably are better at what they do than you are.
But here's the brilliant part.
Potentially.
Here's the brilliant part. They say all you have to do is believe, but if you don't succeed, then they just go, "Well, you didn't believe hard enough."
Oh,
Like
God,
it always
I'm
falls
so-
back on them.
And it is like they do talk about like the hard work you have to put into it, and so like kind of I do understand that part where it's just like you can't just lay back and say, "Hey, the views are going to come to me." Hey,
Oh yeah.
the big movie roles are going to come to me. It's like no, you have to. You're going to have to go to it. You're going to have to sit in chairs in front of mics and cameras to like
Oh, and edit
once or
for, like,
twice a
hours
week and
on
edit
time
and all this
that
shit.
kind of thing.
You know, to really get the hopefully get the result. But still, it's hopefully getting the result. You know, it's not always a cut and dry. Oh, I believed hard enough and I put in the time and the effort. That means I'm gonna
Well, yeah.
at some point.
I see
Maybe when I'm
people on-
50.
I
I
see
still
people
got
on
good
YouTube
20
all the time that put in the work and deserve to be noticed, and it's like they're just not. And I don't know. And it's just the ocean of YouTube is so big now and so vast that the chances of finding anything are like almost astronomical.
Yeah. Well, and then
Even good stuff.
the thing I think that there's a real point to be made of don't do it unless you love what you're doing,
Amen.
because number one, you only get one trip round. But number two is if you're making YouTube videos and you fucking hate making them, what are you fucking doing? 'Cause
People
if
are probably
you
going to
get-
detect that in the quality of the video.
Well, but then even if you also, especially if you get viewers, and you can make money off of it, and that's where you're getting your income, then you're stuck doing something you fucking hate
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get money, because that's what you trained yourself to do really well.
gotta make yourself laugh before you make everybody else.
And the people that get like I get the feeling that most of the time they loved it to begin with, and then after 5 years of doing it, they're like, it's not fun anymore, and I'm just doing it because I've got 2 million subscribers and the money's still coming in if I just crap out any video.
Yeah.
So they do it. I mean, most people would.
So on a little side note to talking about this, Mike, you talked about how vast that ocean is. That is YouTube.
The vast ocean of YouTube.
And the thing I kind of love that a little bit because I know some of the I watch some of the high subbed YouTubers and it's entertaining and all, and I feel like I know a decent amount. But every once in a while, I'll get introduced to this YouTuber who has like a couple million subscribers, and I have no idea who they are. And I just came across this last week, and I spent the entirety of this week just absolutely binge watching this guy's stuff.
Yeah, everything they ever did.
It was just great because it's like you get to use your routines, like watching TV shows. Like, it's time to watch it now. But it's just like once you see that, and you're like, oh, this is beautiful.
Well, yeah, it's so big now that you can have a huge million subscriber channels and that you've never heard of them.
Like, I guess I can even just name it as Video Donkey. He's a gamer, but it has like just a little compilation. Like I keep saying compilations, like little highlight reels, but it's kind of comic.
You can say compilations.
I guess it is compilation.
It's still a search term on Pornhub.
No, sir. I think you mean compilation.
Compilation. Fidget spinner compilation.
But it's it was pretty much that where it's like I had no fucking clue. I watch gaming YouTubers all the time, but it's just like how the hell do I not know who this person is?
I prefer running across like the small channels that are just like little channels where they're literally it's just like a labor of love.
Yeah.
It's just something that they absolutely love doing, and they're making videos about it just because they want to make videos.
Those are terrible. Those aren't like us at all.
Those are the best.
Although unlike Stabby, they probably at least occasionally mention to people that they have YouTube channels.
Yeah. That's true.
You're a thing that exists.
Pimping our channel out is something that I've always found difficult. Like I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
can imagine.
It's completely acceptable today to like completely pimp your shit out everywhere. Everyone does it all the time.
Well, I don't know.
I just feel a little scummy and self-conceited.
Where are you supposed to pimp it out though? Like you pimp it out on Twitter, but if you can't really pimp it out on other people's channels, like in their chats and stuff.
Well, you can. I see it happen all the time. You watch a Twitch stream and some fucker like pays $5 for like this special chat
for, like,
thing, and it's like, and it's like, that's it. People do it. I don't. I would feel, and to think of it, of all the super popular channels, I don't really remember any of the channels that got huge having to really do that. Like, didn't people just find their shit and their channel grew because it was awesome?
Probably not. I mean, we probably just never saw the behind the scenes hours of work they spent like pimping it out on like
in the chat rooms, like getting banned over and over.
I don't know if any of you guys know who Jesse Cox is. He's not a huge gamer, but he does gaming.
I got that.
Name is Cox.
Yeah, COX.
Yeah,
just like the penis.
Just like Dr. Cox.
It's spelled just like absolutely perfect.
Oh, Akinaro is in the chat. Hello, Akinaro. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. Starting to worry about Akinaro.
Welcome, sir.
He's finding more and more porn videos on YouTube. I don't know.
William Shatner, Stench, whatever.
I don't know if I want that in my search bar.
Oh, I don't. It's just like I've never thought of YouTube as a place to look for porn.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
But you can.
It's probably like this short and sweet before it gets flagged kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But everybody knows Bing is the search engine for porn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot, actually.
Bing is the way to go.
All right, well, that's good to know. I will keep that in mind for next time I'm not searching porn. Wink.
Oh, if you go to Bing's video search function and you can search whatever kind of porn you're searching for, not only will it lay out all the videos, but it plays a little preview in the thumbnail. So when you mouse over the video, you get like a little preview, and you can get just like it's like the middle, the beginning, the end, and a couple of little middle scenes.
Nice.
For like 20 seconds or something like
This
that.
is like
really
pro
that's all
tips
you
for
need?
porn.
Well, then you know whether or not you want to click on it.
Well, no,
Because
it's-
sometimes that shit's clickbait.
yeah, exactly. But no, like don't even just like those few seconds. For some people, that's just all you need. Like that's really all.
What seconds to jack?
When you say some people,
I think he's talking.
I love that
personally.
face that he made the instant I said that.
Do
That was-
you
I'm just
mean
thinking like 10
you?
minutes minimum. What are you talking about? Seconds. You know, like, the fuck is
See,
going on?
he's the person who's actually watching porn for the story. I'm like, I wonder what's going to happen to these characters. I'm really
Yeah.
interested.
No. Yeah. Although for fun, I will watch. What do you call those? The porn that are like based on, like where they remake a movie or like a cartoon show.
oh,
There's this
porn
stupid
parodies.
Yeah, porn parodies are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, those are great.
Although a lot of the sex scenes
Yeah.
are awful, so you gotta skip through them to get to the parody part.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See, a Scooby Doo porn.
I
sounds-
personally,
Oh, it's glorious.
I personally prefer the porn character actors to the porn stars.
Yeah.
I may be alone on that one, but you got to love the porn character actors that don't exist.
No. I'm gonna put it here. Let's see. In the chat, I'm gonna put it here. Camp Dudley Pines.
Yeah, I think my
Master.
introduction to the porn parody was when I realized that I was watching a scene of like Gabrielle and Xena like eating each other out or something. I was like, this is
I
a
don't
thing.
think I
This is a
personally
real
have
thing
thought
now.
about that though.
There's got to be Star Trek porn out there, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
I want, there's porn of now.
Yeah. So what I put in the chat was Camp Cuddly Pines Power Tool Massacre. It is not a parody. It is just a porn terror or horror movie that just kind of makes fun of horror movies.
Okay.
So it's very
nice.
It's not super like graphic or anything.
So
And it
Power
is-
Tool buys in public.
It is fucking hilarious.
Okay.
It may be one of the funniest goddamn movies I've ever seen. Even like the sex, because it's kind of a little older of a movie, and so you're talking like big fucking porno bush and shit.
Yeah, Bush.
And it's really over the top porno. It's like to not, because porno has kind of gotten to a little more, not a lot, but just a tiny little bit more realistic over the last few like decades.
Yeah.
Where where it's like they
Home
there's-
movie
there's
esque.
certain- yeah, more like home movie kind of stuff. And this is like the classic like giant ridiculous sized boobs and just like fucking it's
Just
hilarious.
bounce a fucking
We're all
around.
coked up right now.
Nobody looks like they're having any fun. It just
All right, just get it
screaming at
done.
each other while banging.
No, I love the porn where it's like you can tell that this dude and this girl probably cost a lot of money, and he like just barely sticks the tip in, and they're like, "Got the picture, all right." And then it's like, as you know, separate rooms after that. It's like, "All right, you two are done."
William in the chat misses Pam Bush and Pammy Lens. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Like
I miss
everything has to
Mrs.
be
Bush. Mrs. Bush's Bush.
Mrs. Bush's Bush.
Mrs. I can't say it. It's like one of those tongue twisters.
This is Bush's Bush.
Oh man. You know, actually, since we're here,
Transition.
I got.
Mrs.
I'm so
Bush's
good at
Bush.
these.
Yeah.
So smooth, you'd never know I wrote this shit down.
Ah, my arm.
Okay.
Weirdest thing you've ever fapped to.
What's
Weirdest
with the
thing I've
dicks?
ever fapped to.
I asked this one in a different stream, and it was really cool. So I just thought maybe I should do it here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Your
I'm
genitals was from
gonna go
Rooster
back to
Teeth.
vacuum
Oh,
cleaner.
that makes about sense. All right. So, okay, think weirdest thing you fapped to?
Yeah, weirdest thing you've ever fapped to. Mike was going.
Okay, sorry, Mike, go for it.
No, I was just gonna say the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. That's fap.
No.
I'm talking like what was the
Talking about what turned you on. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say like probably like anime porn or something. Like not even real girls, just like drawings.
He's lying. It's totally vacuum cleaner porn.
Yeah, I guess it is vacuum cleaner.
Oh, man, look
Big
at that
sweaty man
hose.
and-
Yeah.
Because after I got that blowjob, I was like, man, that vacuum cleaner looks good.
That vacuum cleaner's a keeper.
Sounded like
Put a ring on it.
No, I'm gonna go with anime porn
no, I got it. It sounded like it sucked.
because it's like what else? What else is weirder? Like anal. Everyone knows about anal. Like I guess if you're into like shit eating porn or something.
When I was a teenager, it was fucking not the video, just the song "To Become One" from the Spice Girls.
Okay.
Just the song. I just put it on repeat.
Well, yeah, but you were using the spank bank. You were like imagining the Spice
No, I
Girls,
might have been. I don't know, but that was the whole thing. Was just that song, really.
or just female voices.
Maybe I was a teenager. Man. Pretty much everything worked.
Yeah, anything female related at that point.
You're just like.
When I was 11, I tried to fuck a huge teddy bear in a hole in his belly. Okay.
Oh wow.
Akinaro is
I'm trying to
sharing
think of
his.
Akinaro beats us all. That was Lola Khan,
Hey,
straight to Shota. Shota,
That's-
I think, is the chicks with dicks.
many
Is that Shota? I don't know. You have to track me.
Dude, that teddy bear thing reminded me of it wasn't my bad acid trip, but a guy I knew had a really bad acid trip
Yes.
and basically ended up like raping a bunch of my friend's sister's stuffed animals and shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's way more to that story, but I'll leave it at that for now.
Stuffed animal sex is way more common than I think people are willing to admit.
I'm sure it is.
Because I remember like catching like a kid that I was babysitting, like trying to get a blowjob from a teddy bear, and it's like I think this is fairly common. Maybe that's the way.
Just you and Akinaro.
That's where furries come from.
Oh, yeah, I can cleared up. Straight Shota is a young boy and an older woman, so like a Miss Robinson kind of thing.
Young boy and older woman. Well, yeah, there's like MILF porn and stuff like that.
Stacy's mom status.
Stacy's mom. Oh, that I remember that.
So what's a lolicon?
Oh no! Don't ask that question.
It sounds like lollipops. It sounds delicious.
It's Lolita stuff essentially, but all
Lolita.
animated instead of real.
Oh,
It's pictures. Like,
okay. The pictures. Yeah, that was my weird thing.
But it's mostly of like kids and stuff like that.
Oh no, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
I had to clear that up and go a little further into detail. I
Yeah,
thought
I'm
I
glad-
made it clear.
I'm gonna go ahead and look up lolicons.
Well, see, here's the thing. It depends.
I want to
on
know
if
for
you
You probably
certain
don't want
whether
that on
or
your
not
search
it's
history,
one.
dude.
if you find hentai or if you find just like regular anime. So if there's like a lolicon anime, it's usually just like they make jokes about it, but nobody ever really does anything.
Mhm.
Whereas the hentai is like, hardcore pornography.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like the anime, lolicon anime, it's funny, like humorous kind of thing. Like I can't, date you, you're 12 or something like that. And then, the 12-year-old like, no, you're going to be with me, blah, blah, blah. And then they get in like weird anime hijinks.
With anime, it's great because you don't have to get like permission of the actresses.
Yeah.
Like anyone can draw them doing anything you want them to, and it's like if the girl is like 7 in the show, it's like we'll give that 7-year-old some tits and some bush, and there you go.
But then
Like you can do anything you want with a picture. Why would you specifically make it fucking little
really.
girls getting fucked?
Because that's what people are into, and you can't do it in real life, but you can do it in animation.
Sure.
The difference, I would say, here's the main difference between the anime and
But Stabby, that just conditions people to rape.
yeah. But the difference is they always redeem the characters. So like it'll start out with like the girl going after the guy, and she's really young, and he's too old for her.
Sure.
But then like by the end of the anime series, they'll have changed to a more real relationship.
Sure.
So they're good friends, and it's not like creepy. So they sort of redeem that relationship in a way that I don't think they really do in a lot of our movies. Maybe the closest would be like The Professional.
Well, certain shows get grandfathered in. It's like if you've had a character that's traditionally pervy for 30 years, for instance,
yeah,
and you come out with a new adaptation of your property, and it's like that character is known to be a little bit rapey, It's like people don't accept that as easily now. Like that's
It's the one thing that kind of throws me a little bit. And well, actually, when you mentioned that, no, there's still like tons of extremely popular shows that are or animes that are around that. Like that creepy character always exists.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. In anime,
Because that
Bullocon
character
is
exists in
bad,
real life.
but in-
Exactly.
Because that's a real life fucking thing.
How do you guys think Pepe Le Pew would go over if it actually came out today? He's
Oh,
pretty
dude.
fucking rapey.
He is so
Yeah.
rapey.
That
I
guy
want to see
is.
a live action Pepe Le Pew, and I
But
want
he's an
to see
animal.
Bill Cosby
They
playing
don't know any better.
Chasing bitches with a tranquilizer dart through like a fucking warehouse.
Oh.
With a French accent. You ain't gonna remember
No,
this in the morning.
He asks her, "Do you like Jello pudding?" Right before.
Yeah.
It's the food popcorn.
Cosby is Pepe Le Pew confirmed.
Starts going for anal and pulls out chocolate pudding pop, baby.
I always thought it was interesting how that fucking cat, no matter what the situation, always managed to get a perfect white stripe straight down the middle of her fucking back in every fucking episode.
Are you saying she was asking for it, Mike? You fucking
Oh, she was
bastard.
dressing like it on purpose. She was asking for it.
Clearly.
No, she dressed like that on accident most of the time. Because it's like a painter was painting a roof or something.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It's like,
Fucking irresponsible. Having
So yeah, Pepe Le Pew and Master Roshi rapists. And we're
Master
not going to
Roshi?
take it anymore.
Master Roshi from Dragon Ball.
Master
oh, I didn't
Roshi.
watch
He is the
Dragon Ball.
traditionally
Devil-
pervy character that
Confirmed Stabby is the devil. You have
Yeah.
never seen Dragon Ball. The
No,
original.
no, I've
one.
watched some of them. I just
It's
never watched
okay.
much.
You don't know Master Roshi.
I didn't fucking watch a lot because it'd be like one fight.
Okay,
and then
here's
like
the
5
problem.
Episodes later, and it's still the same fucking fight.
Here's the problem with Master
What's
Roshi.
that?
He doesn't know Mr. Roshi. It's not going to
All of a sudden, okay, get this. Master Roshi's, let's just say power level, was outdated years and years ago. Now, all of a sudden, in the new show, I'm supposed to believe he's like on par with the gods of the universe? Really?
Oh, if we're going from like the original one
That's my
to
thing.
now.
Yeah,
Is that
because Dragon Ball
kinda-
Super is a thing now.
Yeah, he went out,
And
he
it's
kinda,
like-
went out of date for power
And
level.
people are like, it's replaced GT. Fuck GT.
Oh,
GT is dead to me.
Well, that's one. I think that's one of the reasons why I never got into the Dragon Ball. I've never been into like the power
Yeah,
growth storylines where it's like,
It's
now I'm
too.
more powerful. No, I am. I've trained.
Yeah.
I got this magic.
Over 9,000!
They do kind of. They
Green onion
kind
on
of
my
try to
asshole.
address that at one point.
Green on my ass. See, they need one person that I really hope there's a character like that actually shoots energy beams at their ass.
Oh, nice.
It's just like ah, it's like fire straight down.
It's like that fucking Final Fantasy anime.
There you go.
I've seen that. And yes, she does shoot a beam of light directly out of her ass. And she's embarrassed by it.
Well, I
of
think
course.
I think
You
I
can
would be
tell
too.
because of the little red things on her
And
face.
I'd be constantly ruining my pants.
Just imagine, like,
Constantly blowing them out.
It was just like you have to like design a hole where your ass is gonna be,
Yeah.
or at least
Yeah.
like always wear something that has a butt flap.
But-
He's like, oh no, I got to shoot a beam.
yeah,
Undo
where
my
did the
butt flap.
butt flaps are out of style. Like
No.
no one wears the big onesie when they run out to the outhouse and undo their butt flaps.
No, dude, 2017 butt flaps are coming back.
Nice.
It's gonna be the fall edition.
You heard it here first. All lolicons have butt flaps from now on.
It actually kind of. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they do though, because the people keep buying those onesie pajamas for grown-ups.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the rompers.
Yeah, I think they're called kigurumis. It's like a little animal thing. And like, you know, people gotta fucking pee and poop. You know, so I mean, eventually putting a
What is
flap in-
that?
Well, those there's those, and then there are the rompers. Like,
What's
it's,
the blanket?
Okay, that's what I thought he was talking about. Yeah.
well, both of
Yeah.
those
But
have
now I
been
gotcha.
more popular.
What's the blanket that you wear?
Slanket?
A slanket? No.
Slanket?
The snuggly? Is it
Yeah,
Snuggie?
yeah, I
Snuggie,
know.
Yeah.
Snuggie, yeah.
Something like that. Snuggie.
Snuggie.
I mean, that's got a huge opening in the back.
Yeah, well, there
Well,
you go.
you're not supposed to be wearing that outside, and that's not supposed to be the only thing you're
Yeah.
wearing.
You know, it's sad, man. We were talking
Yeah.
about like to go to
They
the
should have
bathroom.
he's talking about a
You
snuggie.
go outside before you go to the bathroom.
No,
That's
like,
weird,
but if
man.
you're like out in public, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm just wearing my snuggie. It's like a hospital gown, so your ass is just hanging out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I want to be prepared in case I take a shit.
They don't leave your butt hanging out of hospital. So.
I tried explaining that to the police
Yeah, that was
officer,
the thing.
and he
One
wouldn't
like to
listen.
wear on my back and one to wear on my front.
Oh, I never got
Whenever I had to do that, when I went to get eye surgery.
Motherfucker, I got one, and they're like, if your ass is hanging out, too damn bad.
After the surgery, they left me with just the one and my ass hanging out, but I didn't care because I was fucking recovering from the sleepy.
Still stoned from the anesthesia?
I don't. I have a really high resistance to like a lot of drugs, including anesthesia. So.
Oh yeah, I've always been the same way, Stabby.
They rolled me down to like do eye surgery on me, and they were supposed to make me unconscious.
Yeah.
And the guy injected whatever it was in, and he put like a half a syringe full of this liquid in my IV. And he's like, count backwards from 10. I'm like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And I got all the way to 1. And we're still rolling down, and we're entering the operating room.
Uh-oh.
And one of the nurses like, yeah, yo, he's still awake. And like about that tone of voice.
Yeah.
And anesthesiast walked over, looked at me, and was like, what the? Are you breathing?
Yeah.
And this is after he slammed into the because he was so surprised when he tried to walk around the gurney, and it was like permanently part of the gurney.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you
Really
breathe, Stabby?
Oh yeah, that definitely.
So then he put in a full syringe of the same stuff,
yeah.
Nice.
and then I was down. But then, like, I came to in the wheelchair when they were wheeling me over to have me like sit down, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna have you sit down here. You'll probably need to sit here for a couple hours to kind of recover from the anesthesia." And I'm like, "No, I'm good." So I stood up, fucking.
You're like, let me walk it off.
Closed the curtain and put my clothes on, and I'm like, "All right, I can walk to the car if we want." And they're like, "You're not allowed to."
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
walk.
And so they made me sit in the wheelchair.
They made
You
you.
have to get wheeled out. That's actually like protocol.
When you
Yeah.
turn around and you sit, to sit down in the chair while they close the curtain so you can get dressed, the nurse is just like gate jawed fucking looking at you.
Well, yeah, you come fucking spring into life like you just took a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that was a good rest. I love it. I love it when I can sleep for a little bit under anesthesia. Like
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like I'm drunk out of my fucking mind.
Yeah, there was no there was no period of disorientation or being like half awake.
I've been the same way. Like, it seemed like drugs don't affect me as much. Like, I need a higher dose.
Yeah.
And I used to like the first time I smoked pot, I was convinced it wasn't gonna work. I was like, okay, something is happening.
You're welcome.
Someone's making moves.
Is that a dog?
I don't know. Anyways, so I was convinced it wasn't gonna work, and my friend had built like a 4-chamber bong that didn't work, like worth a fuck, and I was like, I knew it. I wasted my money on pot. It didn't work. Like, god damn, I knew it.
Well, a lot of people don't get high the first time though, too.
Yeah.
Really? I broke that one then.
No, it's not
Yes,
everybody. Some people get high the first time, but a lot of people, for whatever reason, just don't get high the first time they smoke weed, myself included.
Okay.
I wonder if it makes me wonder though if it's people like me and Mike who are also resistant to like anesthesia and other things.
Possibly, because like I said, like when I did, anytime I have to go under, like when I got my wisdom teeth out.
You mean like go to Australia?
Go down under. I don't have a good Australian. Yeah.
Guy, mate, we're taking out your teeth.
But when I get in the chair and what was it? I'm kind of a little anxious about it. Wisdom teeth. You have to like really get in there, take care of business.
Yeah.
And so they the thing is,
penis.
I'm fine with IVs. Like I've gotten used to it. It's a little weird, but it's not. It's whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the chair, kind of lean back. They poke me, and he's like, "Okay, count back to 60."
Yeah.
And so he gives it. I get to like 10, and it's a very, very weary 10. I think. I might have dreamt counting to 10.
Were you like clean consciousness?
What's
You
that?
got to like 4 in real life.
Probably in reality I got to 4, and then I just like dreamt
You
5.
dreamed up to 10.
5 to 10, and because I am out cold. I wake up, and what's a great way to describe it? When you're you play like the first person shooters, there's always that big explosion, and the guy's like, and there's like this big old fog, and you like kind of breathe in.
Yeah, you got this ringing in your ear.
Besides the breathing heavy, but it's like it's like everything kind of slowly powering back on, and I'm just
Everything's all fuzzy.
like, and so I had my girlfriend driving me home because I'm not anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm in no shape to do anything besides exist and bleed.
And Jesus Christ, you're
So-
perfect for Stabby.
Yeah, because I was just sitting there and just like gauze and mouth. Like apparently, in my stirring awake, I had bitten my lip, and so I'm like bleeding from the mouth.
No,
And I'm just this wreck of drool and blood.
oh
Oh, wow, I
God,
didn't even get put under for mine.
And no, I purposely went through.
that just
There's
reminded
no-
me.
There's gonna be no like just kind of local anesthesia for that. I went general for sure, but it's just like this mess.
Oh, I felt most of it.
Oh fuck that! Yeah, no, I'm glad I
Oh.
went through with the general, but it's just
Yeah.
like it was a really funny story because pretty much my girlfriend had to like drag me out of there
Oh, yeah.
like
no
very
doubt.
slowly because I'm just a mess. And it's just almost like she picking me up at a bar because I had a few too many. I'm just like, "Grr, I'm good. No, I'm not. Not by a long shot.
Oh, man. I just had them give me like the shots of stuff, like just the regular shots when they did my wisdom teeth.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. General
I
all the way,
fucking-
man.
I had my fucking.
I went
teeth
under the
knocked-
nitrous.
That's the shit.
Nice.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow,
the
wow,
fucking-
wow, wow.
The nitrous is fucking amazing.
I just didn't want to be that out with them in my mouth.
I think it's
I don't know. I had a weird thing.
I think it's just because they had to do all four, and
Oh, I was offered general. In fact, they tried to yank me to like general or nitrous.
yeah.
And I was like, no, I'd rather just do the local anesthesia.
And see, I don't know. That's the difference with mine because like they had the two top ones were perfectly easy,
Yeah.
but it's the two bottom ones that were one was like impacted and one was slightly impacted. So they had to like
Yeah,
get
one
it.
of my bottom ones.
They had to get in
fucking
there.
Get in there and like. yank
And
that
so I'm just like,
motherfucker out.
okay, if that's the case, fuck that.
Yeah.
If you're getting in there, fucking knock me out. I don't care if it takes drugs or a brick. Fucking just knock my
Yeah.
ass out and I'll be out for a while.
No, I just was like, and the thing is, like, I don't like the stuff. The local anesthetic never fully works on me anyway.
Ugh.
So I've already
Oh,
had
man.
like cavities drilled and stuff, and like, but I got all my wisdom teeth, one impacted tooth removed,
Nice.
and it was the one that like I had one that cracked in half and like gave me an abscess, which was
Nice.
not fun.
No.
But I've also had a couple of I want to say like 3 root canals
Yeah.
Jesus.
and like 3 crowns, all just with local, and I felt a lot of what they did. The root canals are probably more painful than the
He said I felt a lot.
And well, it's never worked on me that well. Like
Yeah.
they can numb me up, but it only lasts for like maybe 20 minutes, fully numbed, and they can't give me any more.
Yeah.
And I just stopped asking.
Legally,
for
they
that much
can't give
because
you
it's
over a certain
process.
amount in a certain time period.
Yeah, well then I stopped asking for more because they should tingle, and I don't like that like tingly numbing feeling anymore. And I was just like, yeah, I'll just fucking deal with the pain.
Yeah.
I'm not a pussy. Which I'm joking because it's fucking I'm you know, not everybody wants to fucking deal with that
You
shit.
guys,
Dude.
please, sir, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
When I was a fucking kid, I had some sort of tooth work done. I don't even remember at this point. But they gave me like the heavy shit. And the doctor came in and he looked at the nurse and he was like, "Has he been on that the whole time?" Like you could tell that I was supposed to get way less than what I did. I've
They weren't
never
supposed
been
to-
never been so high in my life, dude. I felt the universe itself buzzing. And I was just floating in this chair. And
Scratch your back with a knife.
with the
I
sheet.
was was so fucked up that I like chewed a half of my cheek away. Like the inside of my cheek. Yeah.
Oh,
It was fucking brutal, dude.
Oh, that's why they tell you not to eat, man. Oh man.
It
You
was
just took
fucking
that
brutal.
story down a dark fucking road.
Yeah,
Like, at first
I
it's like, it got high. And then I chewed off fucking my face off.
And then the dog chewed my face off.
basalts, man.
I've got a dog biting me in the face story where the dog actually bit through my cheek and there was a hole in my
fucking
cheek.
story too. Dude, go for the dog story. I got one to shoot after this.
I mean, it's either that or the story where one pit bull took each one of my legs like one pit bull apiece and like yanked
Oh, I don't have anything like that.
for several minutes. Yeah,
I just
couple-
got in my
I got a
grandma's
couple dog stories.
See, really, he's like I'm like a cyborg a la Deus Ex.
I just pissed off my grandma's dog, who apparently was like a real fucked up dog that everybody didn't want her to have anyway because he was too aggressive.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I got right up in his face and he fucking bit my nose.
Oh,
And
dude.
I had like little fucking bloody marks all up and down the sides of my nose from his teeth.
See, I have a slightly funnier one.
That's a good reason to
because
kick the shit out of a
my
dog.
dog is nothing more. My story is nothing more than just like my dog was too excited. And
Ah,
so because I'm sitting there playing with him, wrestling around, he's still kind of a puppy, and I'm literally like throwing this dog on the couch. So he gets really worked up, and we have this moment where we both stop and we kind of stare at each other, and we're about a foot away from each other.
yeah.
And he just kind of stares at me for like a good 5 seconds, and then he just like bites my knee. He's just like standing there going like, okay, 1, 2, 3, hang. I'm like, what the fuck? Why did you wait? I'm just sitting there, it's like just enough where I'm just like,
That was
ah.
the challenge. The stare down was the challenge part.
He's fronting on me.
And
The
then
dog
after
was
the challenge,
totally
you had to fucking get to do it.
It's like you're gonna have to bite me, or I'm gonna have to bite you. Either way, one of us is going down. You bastard!
That
I'll kick you in the...
Akanaro has pointed out that dentists have amazing sprays that they use,
Oh yeah.
and that he would spray it on his dick. So, we brought it right back to dick numbing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about dick numbing? Does dick numbing make you less of a man?
I don't know. I mean, it depends what you're doing.
Well, I mean, if you're, let's pretend you're fucking a girl.
Okay.
Is like numbing your dick cheating?
Is she conscious?
We're gonna go non-Bill Cosby rules,
Sorry.
and we're gonna assume that she's conscious and she also consented.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know these are
Definitely
unusual
not a
rules
fantasy
for you,
world.
Stabby,
Yeah,
but that's why
yeah.
we're pretending.
Yeah, we're really having to suspend disbelief for this, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
I know, I'm sorry, but let's pretend all of these planets align.
I don't see being less of a man if you use that stuff. Then go for it. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's less manly?
Just trying to make her happy, you know?
Well, I mean, if you sit down to pee on the toilet and you numb your dick,
Oh, your phone. Angle Hearth is back here on his phone. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing back there?
there's all sort all the rules of being a man.
I don't know all the rules.
Yeah,
Fuck chicks good and all that stuff.
like if you come in 5 seconds or you numb it up so you can fuck for a regular amount of time, like I don't know.
I love that.
It's certainly
I
better
love
for the
that
woman.
fucking for an extended period was not an option.
Well, I mean,
Because we all know
multiple
that's
ways.
not going to happen.
If you're not doing the trick, if you can't keep it up long enough while you're banging your chick, there's a lot of other things you can do, like get toys, like vibrators, dildos, whatever. Go down on her,
Sure.
use your fingers.
Cock ring.
There's a lot of ways you can fucking go. Yeah,
Yeah.
cock ring, and you can take the little blue pill so you can keep it hard for a lot longer. So it just comes right back again, essentially.
But I think there's a common conception that the longer you bang a chick, the more manly you are.
Oh, I'm sure there
Yeah.
is.
So
Absolutely.
it's kind of like the whole, how much can you bench, bro? Like that makes you more manly
It's
too.
kind of funny though if you think
So
about
people
it.
are gonna take drugs to enhance that to be more manly. And I
It's-
just always wondered, is that cheating?
No, I don't know. I don't.
It's a little
no.
dishonest, but it's like you're trying to fuck your girl, so it's like it's not really hurting anybody.
Yeah. You're doing it mainly for her benefit, really. So
Yeah.
Here's the
it's
funny
not bad
thing, though.
cheating.
Yeah.
It really depends on the girl too, because some girls don't take very long to come. And so, like,
That's true.
if it's a
Some
dinner,
girls
like,
are done.
Yeah, if they're
Yeah,
she's
none of the
done
ones
after
I
3
ever had
minutes,
sex with.
Well, I did.
but if she's done after like 3 minutes and you're still going like a half an hour later, odds are she might not still be into it. So
Oh,
are you
she-
really
yeah, she's
helping
not, by the
who
way.
you're doing it for at that point.
If she's one of those girls, then yeah, she's definitely, after she's done, it's over, and you're just wasting her time at this point, and you're kind of
Yeah.
annoying her.
It up. You guys remember that Chappelle Show sketch where he did that? They're
Oh,
playing the
yeah.
Wrap It Up music, and he's fucking,
Wrap
and she's
it
all
up.
like, "That's enough." He's like, "Really? Not even close."
She's like, nope. Well, yeah. Well, I think the the joke there was like she wasn't going to ever come at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's like, really? Not even close.
She's just not in the mood. Like no matter
Right.
what you do
Percentage of
physically.
women just don't.
What's that?
40% of women just never orgasm or something like that.
The
It's
female
crazy.
orgasm is 100% a myth. Is that what I heard you say, Stabby?
No, there's like a crazy percentage of women who just never come.
I just hear people say that.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's true.
The crazies mostly.
It makes me. That just makes me feel bad for them. Coming is awesome.
Yeah, because it's basically their fault. I mean, from what I understand is they, because they get a lot of women are uptight about sex. They just are. Like they're taught that their vaginas are fucking magical or whatever, and they're really uptight about sex. I think that's a big part of it, or it could be something physiological or whatever. But the fact that they did a study where a girl just laid down and without touching herself thought her way to orgasm makes me think it's something screwed up in the most women's mind.
Could be.
Yeah, like I said, for some people it might be something.
That sounds
I think
awesome.
for women, having sex is more emotional and less physical than for men.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Like, men are like, yeah, I want to see some big honkers and I want to see, a nice ass. And women are like, I hope he treats me well and I hope he sticks around,
I hope he snuggles with me after.
Yeah, and I want him to talk and buy me a really nice shiny rock.
I worked with this chick who went out and got both of her nipples pierced because her husband wouldn't give her enough foreplay to get her going.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
That was my first girlfriend.
Yeah, well, then I asked her, I'm like, did you ever, talk to him about it? Just explain, honey, you got to fucking turn the knob up here. You got to give me a couple more minutes to warm the oven,
Yeah, some girls take a little while to warm up.
No, and she had talked to him about it, and he was just like, fuck it. So she decided to get, her nipples pierced and then have a baby because that would fix it.
Nice. Yeah, that fixes everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just like...
Baby always fixes it.
And then she got the baby's nipples pierced, and she was like, take that, motherfucker.
I hope so. I kind of want that picture now. I mean, they don't, but they do at the same time.
The baby has a fucking spiked mohawk that's blue or something.
Fucking shaved. Has regular waxing appointments. And the waxing person's like, but it's a baby.
It's a baby.
I can't wax a baby.
We're gonna eat a baby. Are we gonna make a baby rape joke or eating a baby joke? Because that's normally what we would do, right?
Oh, there's the standby. There's the old saw. I love called pissing, but it's a bitch getting the diaper back on when you're done.
Not the magic trick. Just sawing a baby in half.
It's just such an old joke, though. I've heard it so many times. Or then, what's the difference between jam and jelly?
Jam is an old friend from high school.
No, you can't jelly your dick into a 3-year-old's mouth.
Excellent execution. Yeah.
Just awful jokes that I've heard many, many times.
The jam jelly thing is probably one of my top 10 jokes of all time. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I stole it from Arcade Milholland, by the way.
I stole it from some show that I saw.
I don't know if you've never seen a webcomic, Something Positive, which is not an upbeat comic at all.
Okay.
Somethingpositive.net. Check it out. Great webcomic. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's an actual
it's
comic,
great.
So it's funny.
It's really good.
But most comic books nowadays are known for being action.
It starts off with some girl opening a present, and it's like a freaking coat hanger. And
for an abortion.
And it was he sent it as a what do you call that? Baby shower gift.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Because it was his ex. She invited him to the wedding.
And the baby shower.
So he sent her a fucking coat hanger for her baby shower.
God damn.
Yeah, so that sets the tone of the comic. It's pretty fucking dark. And
he's like, don't use this until the baby's about 1 year old. No, too far.
No, I thought that was good, man.
Just stabbing a 1-year-old with a coat hanger is too far.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that where the line is?
Yeah.
That is where the line is, and you
The
clearly
baby's like, no more wire hangers.
down with the wire hanger. Or ow.
Yay.
No, just after like a certain amount of talking, my throat gets all weird and phlegmy. I have a hard time
Yeah.
talking.
It's
and
like
not
sucking dick.
It's a pain in the butt.
You can use that phlegm.
Yay!
That's what I've learned from Pornhub searches.
So you just hack up on your junk.
Again, the ones that get me like that are just like not like the fucking face fucking or whatever. Where like he'll just be like fucking railing her in the mouth, and then she'll just fucking puke.
And
on him,
she's
he'll be
choking
like,
to death
like,
and
fucking jack
puking
off
up on his
puke,
dick and
start
everything.
Railing her again, and you're just like, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
whoa, pump the brakes a little bit. What the fuck are you doing?
Pump
But
the
that's
brakes,
like a whole thing
not
that
her
everybody's
throat.
into.
Although, to be fair, no, I'll just never mind.
No, keep going. Don't fucking stop
Hey,
now.
you started this train.
Yeah, I know.
You gonna hold back now after the 1-year-old baby?
Yeah, I guess I did do the coat hanger thing, right?
Don't stop now, man.
What's an actress with a really annoying voice?
I don't know. What is it?
I don't know. We can make the joke after we think of the actress, Stabby.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the lead into the joke. Did that not sound like the lead into it?
Well, I mean,
What is an
Yeah.
actress with a really annoying voice?
how about Fran Drescher?
Brenda Usher Star Wars.
Oh, that would be it.
Perfect way to fuck Fran Drescher.
That's a long way to go for that.
You don't have to hear her voice. I'll be here all week, everybody. You can just. There's a little button in the chat if you want to donate to us because our jokes are so amazing.
No, there isn't actually.
There is not. No, we have not
No, we
set
don't have
anything
enough
like
views to
that
be
up.
able to get that. I
We
think you
probably
have,
will never do that.
30,000 subscribers before you can do that, or like 1,000 or something like that, maybe.
You get a little
I
donation box.
Never even looked into it.
Super chat.
Yeah, Super Chat, I think you have to have at least 1,000 subs.
We'll just set up a Patreon.
And I think our amount of subs. No, I'm genuinely curious. Like, how
We've
many
got a
subs we have.
whopping
I think it's like
68.
68, yeah.
Oh, we're almost to
Really?
69. Who
One
wants to be
more.
number 69?
Please, somebody be 69.
We will 69 you live on the show, which is not true at all.
How am I not capable of finding how many
Stabby and
subscribers?
Angle will 69 you live on the show.
Damn right.
If I go to the channel?
I mean, I think I'm an attractive looking guy.
Oh, yeah, we are 68. Good point. Yeah.
Okay, chat. What's wrong with killing babies? Exactly. I have fetus tears and mug shirts for sale.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Abortion is love.
That's a pretty good one.
William says I sound like a YouTuber who goes by the name of Dick Balls.
Dick balls.
It's interesting because I've
Is
always
your
heard of-
alternate identity Dick balls?
What's the ginger hamster? I can't remember his
Ginger hamster?
Hamtaro?
There's another guy that everybody says I sound like.
Hamtaro.
He has a radio announcer voice, and I don't know where they're getting that.
The wolf.
I can see it.
Do
Or
I sound
hear
like-
it.
I guess when I do the radio announcer voice, it kind of sounds a little like the guy. I don't know.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to today's show.
So apparently you gotta go listen to Dick Balls for a little while and see if it actually sounds like you.
Yeah, we're experts.
I don't
We'll be
know,
able to
man.
tell.
I can't tell.
I know a good Dick balls when I feel it.
He's a cool.
I can
he's a
feel
cool
it in
guy.
my-
I've talked to him in like a lot of Google Hangouts in the audience. You know, I've been in chats with him.
Ah.
He's pretty fucking funny.
I can
You don't
feel
have
it
to be-
internally when I know a good Dick Balls.
You don't have to be Dick balls deep to know if you like it or not.
You, ladies and gentlemen, I think was already. Oh, never mind. I had a product in mind. What was it? I can.
Losing it.
Dick balls?
We're gonna sell those Dick Balls.
Dick balls sounds like you could replace the name DuckTales. Dick
No,
balls,
James Bond
woo.
Dick Balls. Woo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stepped on your
Oh,
jokes.
I had a fucking product idea that I thought might actually make a really good product.
Dude, we
Little
can
fucking
we can
lights
finally
for,
do another
Prepping for
presentation.
blowjobs. You use on like he's usually on like a vagina or a penis, and it's just
Okay.
like it's just all natural, no alcohol. Maybe it's like a little lemon juice and water and whatever, just to like.
Just gotta
So-
buff out that junk.
Like you can walk around all day. You got fucking swampy balls and fucking you might get head from your lady or something.
Swamp
it might be
ass.
nice to just get in there with like a little wipe and make sure everything's a little fresher.
Sometimes you get swamp ass.
You remember those hot
It's
summer August
effectively-
nights?
Yeah.
When your balls are swimming in your own sweat?
But wouldn't that fucking sell them? I bet you people would buy that shit.
Wouldn't you like to give your girl a clean set of balls before she blows you?
I mean, hookers are
I
probably
mean,
buying a lot of them.
Seriously,
that's just common
guys.
courtesy, man.
I mean, we've already come up with the idea of sticking ads into porn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is a perfect product for that.
They could demonstrate it.
Yeah.
Just like give them a fucking hand job with the fucking
10% less anal leakage.
Skittles genital wipes.
Skittles genital wipes. No, I think Skittles is already a name brand. I don't want to put that.
That's why you had
Well,
to start in there.
Fresh and nuts.
Fresh.
Well, they've got like adult
Fresh and nuts.
baby wipes.
Fresh and nuts. The wipe for him or her.
I often use menthol gel on my balls when it's hot. It's an amazing feeling. This harkens back to the tingling sensation.
You and I apparently have a lot more in common than I really am comfortable with.
Yeah, that's Abby has tried some of this chemical cooling stuff
Yeah.
on
This
his
is
On the shaft and that.
personal areas.
Kindred spirit shit going on.
Oh, or like when a girl discovers like, oh, I want a cool, fresh feeling in my vagina, so they try to put something like menthol-y in there, and then they find out it just burns horribly, and they're like, no, I've made a horrible mistake.
What
that's
have
gotta
I
be way
done?
Or
worse.
when you use the wrong lube. Oh man.
Oh. Or if you were cutting fucking jalapenos and then you put the condom on later.
Yeah, and you rubbed your dick in the jalapenos.
No, you got a little on your fingers. You got a little on the condom as you were putting it on.
No, I swear, baby,
I've heard
it
stories
just
about that. So
it just fell on my penis like that.
yeah, there was a comedian I was watching on Joe Rogan who did that. Like they were making salsa together and then they decided to fuck.
Yeah.
And he put the condom on, and he had been cutting jalapenos, and apparently he hadn't washed all of the jalapeno juice off his fingers, and got on the
Obviously.
condom as he rolled it down.
And the
She was now happy with him.
numbing lubricant
Oh, man.
didn't kick in fast enough.
It was very spicy.
Gelatin lubricant. Yeah,
One time I tried to masturbate and use toothpaste. It was weird but cool. Oh, so he did get a cool sensation. Did you feel
And
grit?
And his junk was minty fresh.
Wouldn't it be
I wonder if
gritty
that
though?
was-
Some of those
Yeah,
toothpastes are kind of
That
gritty.
probably burned. a
Like
little bit.
afterwards, your penis just looks like a little bit pinker,
Yeah.
and it's a lot more
A little
tender
bit
for some reason.
Uh,
You've like exfoliated your balls.
Yeah. I always
everybody do that. Don't like you
But-
exfoliate your face, you exfoliate your junk. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to make sure
vagina
your pores
is
are
a
just
great moisturizer for your penis. Like I've noticed after having a lot of sex, my penis is really moisturized right now.
It's so soft and smooth.
it's,
Yeah, it's-
it's smooth eggs.
Smooth as a baby's. I'm gonna stop there.
I can actually hurt after that with the toothpaste, but it was worth it. Well, you know what? I'm glad.
It's always worth it. Like until you come, and then it's
You
like,
gotta-
oh man,
You gotta make
overthinking.
sure. You got to make sure you have to watch out with some lotions because they might have something in it that actually for certain
You know what?
parts of your skin.
I don't think I ever used lotion that often. I mean, I made like the Jergens, just like the generics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But mostly it was olive oil.
really,
Huh.
Good for your skin. Very good.
olive oil.
Cheap. Nobody
It's
looks too
cheap.
weird when you buy it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
See, the one thing.
Stabby walks in like a trench coat, and he's like,
Fucking-
"I just want some olive oil, please."
Oh, no,
like Costco size.
I am not the person who's too shy. I've been in like so many adult shops buying shit.
You're like, "Where's the olive oil at?" And they're like, "We don't carry that here.
Damn it!
No, like
Gotta go to Safeway.
We got flavored stuff."
the best trip I
You
had.
call this a sex shop and you don't have olive oil?
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we have real lube, dummy.
Now Popeye's never getting laid.
But yeah, lube is probably
Like
the
a
best.
Popeye joke.
No, I actually went to an adult shop because a friend of mine was graduating from college and he was throwing a big graduation party.
You're coming up with an excuse to go to an adult shop.
Yeah, so me and my friend went
Okay.
there, and like, so there's two dudes were shopping there. We're looking through all these different like stuff, and we finally decided to buy the butt banger, which is a gay masturbation sleeve with like a little butt that you stick your dick into, and then
Nice.
on the bottom of the butt is balls and a dick sticking backwards to tickle your nuts while you're fucking stroking in it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then as we're like walking over to buy it, I'm like, very
Someone
quite
designed
loudly,
that.
quite loudly, I'm like, ooh, flavored lube.
Yeah. Of
We both
course.
walk over and start like dickering over like which flavors to pick up.
Dreams do come
Okay,
true.
At
so-
no point did we ever discuss that this was a gift for anyone else. It's just two dudes buying a gay sleeve.
Yeah. Okay. So what's
Neither
the
one of us
ideal?
cared. We were just like, yeah, fuck it.
What's the ideal flavor for lube?
I think we got cherry, chocolate, and vanilla. We went really standard.
I
They
always
also have,
thought.
like berry and banana and like mint and
There you go. I always thought banana was appropriate.
yeah, banana seems more
If you
appropriate.
got a big
actually.
banana shaped thing in your mouth, it might as well taste like banana.
Oh, funny fucking thing though. So like later on when he opened it, because we were the only people that got him like a porn toy as a gift.
Yeah.
We made sure to wait till his parents were like, "Oh, it's in the car." We'll
He's
get it
like,
in the car
"Oh,
in a little bit."
Thanks.
Yeah, he really did appreciate his parents would not thought it was funny. Fucking losers.
Yeah. Parents
So uptight.
That's a sack of shit.
But so it was getting passed around, and there's a bunch of guys and girls hanging out, college age kids. Like, and every single girl in the room stuck her finger in it.
Ah. Okay.
Not a single dude did that, but every single girl in the room at some point put her finger in it.
Okay.
The funny thing is like I know never put my finger in my ass or in any ass. Like
He said, or in
Some
any
shit to
ass.
Might
it's
as
like
well.
it's just like yeah.
Not even in like the heat of passion, and your girl's like, just put in my butt. You don't do anything.
I mean, it's
Well,
not the fresh choice, but if she wants a finger up the ass, might as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
You're
Would
not
you
into it,
oblige?
You're not into it, man.
yeah. I'm not
That's
sure
not
about it. Like it's just one of those things where it's like I don't know. Like I've definitely
Everybody's got their limits. Yours is like literal butt stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like if my shit's wrapped up, then that's a bit different. It's just mostly like
yeah.
a bare hand just like going up. I can keep my hand as clean as possible, but it's like you don't know.
Soap and water.
Like,
I gotta wash my
hold on,
hands
let me
later.
scrub that shit
I
first.
mean, I've got a butthole thumb.
Doctor exam.
It
Well, a lot of
rarely
people
gets used, but
Oh.
you know, if a girl asks for it, I've got a thumb.
Uh,
I was gonna say a lot of people
Thumbs
that
up.
do regular anal will do a system where they'll like take laxatives a couple hours before, and they'll run an anal douche after that.
Okay.
So they clean everything out real
Sure.
good.
Yeah. No poo.
I imagine that takes some prep. That takes plenty of prepping.
Yeah, that's
So-
a lot of dudes who do anal together. That's a big thing that they'll do fairly regularly. Some maybe don't. I don't know, man. It just depends on the butthole.
Yeah. The varying degrees of.
It's not like I'm digging in real deep.
Yeah, you're not going past like the first ring of muscle.
Like we're just like, you know, we're testing the waters,
Ingvarth over here is like, why do you know this much?
Yeah,
taking a little dip.
that's what I was like.
Okay, now we're getting some information from the chat. Thinking the butt is really good for prostate stimulation. I've heard that's true. You dick get harder and you come better. Dude, you come better.
Feel better.
It's
Yeah,
scientifically
Better
proven.
orgasm.
Some shit,
Yeah, I've
dude.
heard you come really hard from that. Wasn't there like a movie where the dude kept getting like the prostate
Oh.
massage and he kept going back to it? Was like, I really like
Is
that.
Sex trip?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think
I thought it was like the road trip one where they went across to get one guy laid, and this other guy kept trying to get laid, but kept getting the finger up the butt.
Okay, yeah, maybe that was it. I don't
It's like-
know, but it's like I've
Yeah.
heard of this before.
how the hell do I know that?
I don't know if I'm willing to ever actually go down that route though.
I've heard a lot of dudes. Don't use WD-40 as lube, Akinara. WD-40 is not actually all. It's a lubricant, and it's also actually detergent in one. That's why you can't lubricate like door hinges with it. If you lubricate door
Okay.
hinges with WD-40, within 2 weeks, it'll be louder than it was before.
Nice.
What you want to use is you want to use graphite powder or you want to use actual grease.
Okay.
That's what those are designed for.
Or vaginal juice.
That might work. To make it,
Wouldn't it eventually just get really sticky?
Huh? Yeah, really.
Like at first, like that first day, it would probably be fine. But still jizz in
Legitimately,
vaginal
like just as an aside, legitimately in my house, maybe 10 years ago, we used graphite dust to lubricate all the hinges in my house. None of them squeak.
Perfect.
Nice.
10 years, not a single fucking noise.
I need some graphite dust.
It's used for lubrication on locks. It sprays out like in just a little puff of like black mist.
Nice.
And you're supposed to put it inside locks in order to get the key to go in and out easier. Like if you got a lock that's old and rusty.
Okay.
Got really sexual all of a sudden.
Are you slightly aroused?
Eh,
Talking about keys going in and out and
no,
Yeah.
spraying
Just-
stuff.
you had to check yourself just to make
just to make sure,
cup check.
I'm
So
kind
no
of
one's-
mad, you have to peel back the layer. Get in there.
No one's actually tried the prostate thing, is what I'm getting from this conversation.
I would do that. I mean, if somebody was into it, she wanted to like put her finger up there and fucking,
Oh, well, if a chick does it, it's not gay.
I think it's coming
yeah, if it was
from.
another dude, I wouldn't be annoyed because I'm not into dudes. But
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think my opinion comes from a lack thereof of attempts of opportunities,
Yeah.
and so it's like I think maybe in the heat of it, yeah, I might give it a whirl, but I feel like I probably won't.
well, have you ever had the doctor stick the finger up your butt?
I haven't had that.
Oh, you haven't had that yet?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not looking forward to
I
it.
definitely know I don't like things up my ass. Like that's
It's
No
not
mis-
the most comfortable thing in the world. but
no
it's not
mystery
like
there
fucking
at all.
painful or anything.
Okay.
It's just really awkward.
Yeah,
that
It's
will lose my boner faster than like anything else.
So you're not a fan of things up your butt.
No.
She'd have to work her way up to finger. She'd have to start with like pencil and then like
Yeah.
Oh, God.
then work up to like a Sharpie.
Yeah, she can't start with the thumb, is what I'm saying.
No, no.
Dude, are you all right?
You need like a micro pinky.
Oh my
Pencil
God.
thing, the pencil thing just creeps through the
Well,
fuck out.
eraser first. You don't
She
want
can
to go
stick
like.
her
let it-
No,
Eraser
because
first.
the eraser like can pop off, and then you're like, now I'm
Oh,
pooping
yeah,
out.
that's a good point. That
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah, so it's like
you're gonna
But-
poop it out eventually anyway.
Aren't dude buttholes just inherently like yuckier than girl buttholes?
Yeah.
oh, of
Well,
course.
you want to make sure. I would say if she's really into like. Butt
No
stuff,
girl wants to
play
mess
your
with a
butt.
dude's butt.
I'm sure there's some chicks out there who are into it, man.
Oh, I guarantee there is.
Oh, Christ.
I've heard a lot of stories about rim jobs and shit. Fountain. Akinara.
Rim jobs.
Glorious, huh?
In time for myself.
Oh.
Are you winding up, or you guys want to keep going?
We'll probably keep going for a little bit.
Okay.
But if you guys want to keep going for a minute, while I let Engelhardt out so he can escape and go home.
He's got to let me out. I got to
Ankle's leaving?
Yeah, he has work tomorrow, so he has to
Ankle.
get up
As
early
as many
tomorrow.
people don't have work on Monday,
Yeah.
I'm the one handful of the unlucky few that
Yeah.
that actually have to, but we'll still have Tuesday off because
Alright.
it's fucked.
I don't have work at all right now.
So I guess this is where I'm parting ways with you guys.
I'm
I'm
going to stay here. I'm only going to be gone for like the minute or two to walk him out the
Okay.
door, and then I'll be right
You
back.
see, I like to end it on
To
fingers
let him
crossed.
out of the
That's
compound.
a good way. That's a good way to end it.
Have to unlock the cage door.
Yeah.
Set your Engelhardt free. If it comes back to you, it's true love.
Then he was properly brainwashed.
Well, I come back at least once a week,
Yeah.
so whatever he's doing, it's working.
Semi brainwashed.
If I could-
Um,
I finally managed to figure out the dosage on the edibles.
Yeah, keep him in the box.
Oh man,
The
I'll tell you more
box.
about the edibles later.
Okay. We'll talk
Alright.
about edibles.
But yeah, if you guys keep going, and I will be right back.
I'll catch you guys later.
right on. Good
Oh
chatting with
my
you.
God, dude.
Good chat with you, Akinaro and William.
Yeah, what's your name again? Angel.
Engelhardt.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, they muted. Okay.
Oh, they're gone.
All right.
Well, now
Damn them.
now the show crashes and burns
Mhm.
because we don't have any like clever like what's the weirdest thing you ever put your dick in or whatever questions like Stabby had.
Yeah, he did to me last time, but then I because I was kind of panicking. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what the hell to say.
What's
But then I brought up the Anita Sargon thing for a little bit because he's not gone for that long anyway.
Okay, I got one. What's the weirdest like thing you've ever done with drugs and your dick? We'll just combine.
Drugs and my dick.
Well, I guess we already did that earlier because you talked about the dude trying to fuck something, like a bear or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've had anything weird like that, dude.
I had a dude named Kirby try to fuck a couch, and he got into an argument with like a microwave or something.
Damn, dude.
It was pretty
fucking nuts.
But you've never got like super fucked up on some drug and then boned some chick or something. It's like,
yeah, it's supposed
that I
to
can talk
have,
about. Yeah.
for legal reasons.
Never.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah,
pretend.
I'm trying to think of anything real crazy. Yeah. Although I guess like one time I was hanging out with like me and a bunch of my friends or whatever, and me and this chick and we kind of knew each other already, but basically like it was probably about 1 a.m, and basically we were out partying kind of in the middle of the desert here, right next to one of the irrigation canals.
In the desert.
Yeah, I live in the desert wasteland.
Nice.
But basically, like we end up like starting to mess around a little bit or whatever, and then we take off walking down the canal road, and it was already pretty late. Like it was at least 1 a.m, maybe closer to 2, and like almost everybody was ready to leave at this point. But like me and her end up walking maybe about an eighth of a mile down the canal road there, it's a dirt canal, and then we end up fucking right there on the canal road.
Hell yeah.
And so like I'm super drunk, it's really fucking late. Plus, like as I'm fucking her, my knees are getting all fucked up from the dirt and the rocks and shit.
Yeah.
So like it was almost impossible for me to finish, dude. And
you're like, oh, it hurts so much, but it feels so good.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. But basically, like this whole time this is going on, almost everybody else is ready to leave, but she's the one that drove most of them. So they have to wait for
you guys, or they just
yeah. Well, they're out there wherever they're at. They're honking the horns and like yelling for us.
Oh God, okay.
They're a little bit too far away. Like I could hear it, and that was why I was kind of like, it's weird. Like if you want to come, like immediately, it's harder to actually come. So I'm trying to do that, and then fucking yeah, like I said, everybody's pissed, honking their horns, yelling and shit. Come on, let's go. And then so yeah, I probably fucked for at least 45 minutes while all that's going on.
Like, God damn it.
And then basically it was funny. After we were done, we're getting up and kind of getting dressed again. She said basically, well, exactly the thing I would like to hear after every time I fuck a chick, which is, she goes, man, that was great. We got to do that again sometime.
And you're like, yes.
Literally just like that, dude. And I'm like, I agree. And please tell me that every time we fuck now.
Yeah, every
I
time
insist.
You want to hear
every time.
That was the greatest fuck I ever had or ever will have.
Yeah, it was just weird. Like it was such a like I don't know. Just her saying that, I was like, that's kind of weird. But I'm glad she said it. Like it just seems a weird thing to say. That was great. We got to do that again sometime. Totally serious. Like she wasn't even joking, or like trying to be funny or anything, dude. I was like, yeah.
I mean,
so I don't know if that was weird. What you're looking for?
Argue.
That definitely happened.
Oh, that's cool. Alcohol's drugs.
Yeah. Although it's the same chick, dude.
Hold on a second.
The same chick.
You said,
to this day, I really regret dissing this chick. We were at her friend's house.
You dissed the chick that banged you and then said that was great. Let's do it again.
Yeah, I was young and insecure,
young and
or whatever. Well, more insecure than anything. But basically, we're at this party at her friend's house. She was supposed to be grounded, but her parents let her fucking spend the night at her friend's house, which is weird. But anyways, secondary to the story. It's the middle of fucking summer, and I'm not feeling that particularly well. Kind of a little sick, but anyways, I end up going over to the party with her, and we end up getting into. She has like an S10 Blazer, like not the full size Blazer, but a smaller one. And we end up getting in the back seat of that, And at first, my dick is like not getting hard, and that never really happened. I think because I was sick and it was hot as fuck outside. And but anyways, like she's like pretty much not taking no for an answer, like just fucking grinding on me till my dick gets hard.
She's like, come on, motherfucker.
Yeah, so that happens. So we're good there, and we end up fucking. And there's like a lot of people outside while this is going on. Like obviously, I didn't think about it while we're fucking because all I was thinking about is, I was a teenager. Fucking. But yeah, it's funny because we get out, dude, and there's
I'm
like
30,
fucking,
and that's all I think about when I'm fucking. I'm like, I'm fucking right now.
Yeah. So we didn't quite get the Tommy Chong standing ovation like he did in that one movie.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was pretty good. I got some claps, dude. It was funny.
They were like,
as we came out,
old chap.
Right. Damn, that chick was fucking cool.
Yeah.
I really regret that. God
There's
damn.
like I got a story similar to that of like everyone's waiting on two people to come back, and they're off secretly boning. And I'd like to introduce you to my son. That's the end of the story.
Oh,
Everyone can laugh now. Okay.
awkward.
No, okay. So like,
yeah, now I get it. That's when you made your kid.
she came. Yeah. So like, she came over with a couple of her friends. We're all hanging out, and we're like, "Hey, we got the party supplies downstairs. If you know what I'm saying. We're gonna be right back. Like 5 minutes tops." It was like an hour and a half later. People were like, where the fuck are they? Come back. It's like, hey, we got it.
Yeah. Did you hear my part about the Stabby? Did you hear my part, the early part of my story, or no?
I just got back as you finished up.
Oh, I got you. Basically, the gist of it was
truck. That was pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Well, the same girl. The first time we fucked. Basically. It was really late at night, and we were partying out in the desert. Me and her took off and fucked on the dirt road next to this canal.
They're like honking.
And, people are like honking the horn and trying to get our attention, telling us to hurry up. But basically, because I was really drunk, really tired, and the fucking pain on my fucking knees from digging into like rocks and dirt and shit, I ended up fucking for like 45 minutes, dude.
Yeah. And
then, like, again, everyone's waiting for us to fucking leave, dude. And then fucking, so finally I finished, and like I was telling 4D, the thing, she said the thing that I want every woman to say every time I had sex. She was like, that was great. We got to do that again sometime. Like that excited, dude. It was fucking awesome.
Did you pull out all the stops on her? Did you do like every trick in the book?
Yeah, I don't think I even really did. I was so focused on trying to finish because as much as I was enjoying it, I didn't want the people to be waiting for us that long.
But you were just like, I need to hurry up and finish. And she's like, yeah, he's fucking me real hard right now. And you're like, I need to finish. Hurry up.
She's like, oh, you're nailing me.
Yeah.
Fucking 40-year-old virgin.
That's the secret. A 40-year-old virgin.
Are you saying she's a 40-year-old virgin?
4D.
No, I was doing the reference. You remember when he's telling a story and he says it like that? She's like, "Oh, you're nailing me."
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since that movie.
That's pretty much what every girl says. She's like, "Oh yeah,
at least in her head."
Me.
And then she turned her head back and said, "Now we are having the sex."
Yeah.
And her boob felt like a bag of sand.
And then I put my thumb in her butt.
No, I don't have any good stories like
Okay,
that.
so favorite sex position. If you're not fucking Fran Drescher.
Oh, yeah, good point. Anything where I'm laying on my back, I'm a lazy fuck.
Okay.
Flat doggy position, dude.
Okay, doggy style.
You know what I'm talking about? No, you start out doggy style, but then
where she's like laying flat.
Yeah, her legs are still together. Like your legs are actually outside of her legs, and you're still fucking her.
Oh, okay, I know what that. Okay.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, it's a really tight. It's a really tight.
Yeah,
fit.
it's super
awesome.
tight when you do it that way.
Yeah,
I just like regular old doggy.
Doggy is great too with the little hair pulling. And girls are almost always into the hair pulling, so that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like hair pulling, is that like a recent thing, or have girls always secretly been into that and no one's ever said
Oh,
it
that's
before?
been a thing forever, man. Like
Okay.
watch old age movies and stuff. There's a lot of hair pulling that kind of goes on. Or he'll put like
something about them being really sensitive. Yeah. You don't want to yank it, but yeah, to give it a good little tug. They fucking love that shit.
There's always the donkey punch. Have you heard of the donkey punch? Where you just punch her in the back
the girls
of the
all
head?
love that too. Don't let them fool you.
Oh, I've heard.
Don't let them tell you otherwise.
Anal without like prior arrangement, like you just fucking stick it in her butt with nothing, no prep. What is donkey punch in your slang?
Donkey punch is when you just punch her in the back of the head while you're fucking her.
I don't. Why would you do that?
Supposedly, I've never done it.
They supposedly kind of sit up and like shake all around or something stupid shit. Some crazy shit.
Well,
like that.
it's
mostly theoretical.
To, like, tighten her vagina and like release certain endorphins or something. Like, I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't think that works. I just think you.
I don't think
it
works theoretical. It's mostly theoretical, dude.
Punch her.
There might be one girl out there that's like all emo and shit, and she's like, "Fucking just punch me in the back of the fucking head, motherfucker."
I think you just get a chick who turns around and starts fucking beating on you. In all honesty, like 90% of the time.
Oh yeah, 90% of the time, she turns over and starts kicking at you.
Yeah, or just punches you in the balls because they're exposed.
Right?
Their kicks are vicious.
Jump off and kick you right in the nuts, dude.
Oh, that just is, I don't see that going well. Like at least mine is like you can like pretend.
Yeah, but Stabby, you gotta understand. There's people out there that like to eat shit.
True.
Like the craziest, most worst fucking thing ever. It's like people are into it and they love it and they can't get enough of it, and I don't get it.
You start talking about eating poop and Akanaro is gone. You finally found the one thing that's like, nope.
Poop eating is like the unsexiest thing that could ever exist. Like poop in general is not sexy at all.
Well, that's why I send it to the people.
Well, not to you, not to me, not to Stabby, I assume, but for some people,
they
gotta be super dirty.
Underage Japanese girls pooping and licking doorknob, is their thing.
Facebook employees, they love it. They love it so much.
Do they?
Yeah, every time I have the opportunity to send in my identification again to unlock my Facebook account, I just send 3 pictures of like women shitting on the floor.
Okay, yeah.
I don't use my Facebook account, so it's funner that way because I know somebody has to look at that and determine whether or not it's real.
It's real, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just not the way they really didn't want it to be real in the way it is real.
I mean, you need to get some good pictures of like just poo sitting on glass, because then you can get like shots from underneath.
Oh, get the full effect.
Like you can get like the full German
all angles covered
cinematography going on,
I got a shit on a piece of glass. Is that what you're saying?
The Shiza type thing.
Are you telling me to shit on a piece of glass and then
I am begging you to shit on a piece of glass right now, live on camera?
No. I had a smoothie for lunch. I am fucking.
Oh no. Well, maybe later then.
You know how that works, man. You have a fucking smoothie for a meal, and then like you're empty.
Yeah.
Like, maybe an hour later, you just shit everything out.
We'll warn you next time so that you can eat an appropriate diet beforehand.
Okay, yeah. Okay. No, I got my blood sugar down, man.
So that's a weird thing. Like, all right, you're preparing your butthole for sex. So like days ahead of time, you've got to be like, all right, I'm going to eat these certain things for the butthole.
I don't know if you can do that if you can just take a laxative like 3 or 4 hours ahead of time.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I know people that plan out their diet for that.
That's crazy.
Lots of whole grains.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of girls that actually get off more often and better from anal than they do from anything vaginal.
Well, I mean, like, to me, having butt sex is not something I plan any amount in advance. It's usually like it's a very rare but spontaneous thing. Exactly.
A special spontaneous moment.
Yeah, where she says, "Put it in my butt."
I remember I worked at an assembly place, and one of the chicks there, was this Cambodian girl who was in an arranged marriage in order to
Hell
get
yeah, that's
citizenship.
the best
She,
kind.
married this Cambodian guy who'd earned his citizenship, and so that she married him in order to be a citizen, and
Sure.
arranged by their parents, very old fucking fashioned kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And she had a kid, and there were two things that she had to ask people about. And one was like, what's an orgasm, which I thought was maybe the saddest thing ever.
Oh wow.
And like after explaining, she's like, oh, nope, never had that. And then the second one,
And she's like 40% of women.
she was like, so we lent our VCR to my husband's brother,
VCR.
and yeah, this is a while ago.
This
And,
this is
he gave it
80s and
back, there was
90s.
a tape in it, so I watched the tape. And do you guys really want to put their penis in girls' butts?
Yeah.
It was such a funny.
You gotta love that level of naivety in an adult person, dude.
Wasn't that the old like what was that game show of like Newlywed, the Newlywed Show or whatever?
Yeah.
And they were like, "Where's the strangest place you and your husband have ever made whoopee?" And she's
one
like,
lady just said,
I love whoopee.
I can't really say it. And they're like, "Oh, come on, just say it." And she's like, "In the butt?" And they're like, "No." They're like, not down to your body, like a location that you go
the
to.
location. That's awesome.
And she's like, "Oh my goodness."
She should have gotten points just for saying that answer, even if it was wrong.
Dude, that was like decades. And that was like half
80s, dude.
Yeah, that was like
late
half a
80s,
century
man.
ago or something. Like you couldn't say shit like that on TV back then. They
Yeah,
would
judging by the fact they had to say whoopee for sex.
Yeah, they would ban you for making a fart joke or a poop joke like back in the 60s and 50s and shit. Like they would just straight up ban you for like just a fart. Mentioning a fart.
Basic shit, man.
Very prudish.
no,
And yet
actually,
people were still getting blowjobs because I've seen porn from like 19. I'm like a film buff, so I see the oldest thing. And one day I was like, I want to see the oldest porn I can find. And they do all sorts of crazy shit. Like all the stuff you think is new is not new, is what I'm saying.
Right.
People in the Italian Renaissance were doing that shit.
Yeah, no, there's nothing new when it comes to
It's just people didn't really talk about it.
yeah.
There's nothing new in general, man. You ever think up some kind of like a phrase or an idea or something?
No.
I've actually started writing these down, but basically I think it's original, but then I go and Google it.
There's nothing
And-
original.
Yeah, that's the conclusion I've come to.
Even
I've
things
actually
that
started to
are-
write down. I'm starting to track all the ideas that I think I have that I think are original thoughts and totally aren't, just
Yeah.
to kind of make fun of myself.
I mean, and even the thoughts that like were original at the time are like based on like knowledge that they had previously that was also like based on something else. It's like it's all based on previous knowledge and then built up from there. There's hardly anything original. Like try to find a story
Exactly.
that hasn't been done on The Simpsons. Any story at all. They've done practically everything on The Simpsons in some way, shape, or form. And it's
Yeah,
okay.
what season are they in now? Like 30? What season
Yeah,
are
like
they at?
30,000 or something. Like, I don't remember. I have a very specific set of seasons of where I consider, like, here's the classic Simpsons to me. And it's like, I'm good
Like when
with that.
Conan O'Brien was still writing for The Simpsons?
Oh, wow. Conan. Conan's still kind of
Those
relevant.
are good years. Yeah, he's
is
still got a show on
Conan-
TBS.
Yeah, I mean, isn't he kind of relevant still?
yeah, but he could have
Yeah.
beat him a little bit. I thought.
I thought Conan was always funnier than that fucking big chinned guy and the big toothed guy.
Yeah, I don't know about funnier than
Leno and
Letterman,
Letterman.
but I definitely thought he was.
Leno and Letterman. I didn't think they were ever funny. Well, I thought
loved
they were
Dave.
funny
I
when they
loved
were
Dave
young.
Letterman, but yeah, Jay Leno I was never really a fan of, but I fucking love Dave Letterman.
Leno and Letterman were those two guys who hit that sort of bland, vanilla, just sort of.
They hit the
dull
general
hum.
audience.
Yeah, that dull hum of comedy. That it's not
The
really
lowest
funny, but,
common denominator.
yeah, a lot of really dumb people just sit there and fucking.
The reason
And
Hollywood movies get ruined is because they're like, no, we can't do that. That's too risky. We need to make it safe. They were the safe guys.
Yeah, they were the safe guys.
Although, yeah, I gotta admit, man, some of the shit Conan O'Brien came up with, especially in the early days, like the masturbating bear and fucking stupid crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Conan is
Fucking
easily
genius,
funnier than
dude.
him, in my opinion. Just in my opinion.
Yeah,
Other
I'm just
people
saying.
disagree.
I like David Letterman. I just didn't.
And even like Craig Ferguson, I always thought he was funny. He can just
I
go
love
off
that
the cuff.
with the robot. Yeah, the robot guy and the horse and all that shit. But yeah, he's actually got a show on Sirius now.
Really?
Like on the weekends.
I
Yeah,
did
he's
not
got
know
a
that.
show on Sirius.
Check
Which
that out.
channel is it? Is it Faction? It's one of the, obviously it's one of the comedy channels, but I can't remember which one. But yeah, he's fucking hilarious, dude.
I'm gonna check that out. I love me some Craig Ferguson. He doesn't have like a daily. He doesn't have the daily like talk show anymore, does he?
I think it's just on the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to
Scaled
double
it down.
check it, but
Yeah, if he does it super late, it's probably like the 1 o'clock show or something at this point.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's on pretty late. Yeah.
I remember Tom Green had like a late night talk show.
Oh, wow.
Tom Green. And here's the thing. He was super laid back and chill in that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like it was really
before was a character. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like you tuned in expecting to see him like lick a dead moose's anus or something, or like something.
You're not going to get that because nobody would make it to that age in life if they were actually like that all the time.
All right.
Oh no, I think behind the scenes he would have to be a bit more professional. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they'd have been dead long before. They'd never have gotten that old. They'd have made it to like 19 times.
Yeah. Like my friend that just like disappeared 10 years ago. Like whatever happened to that?
Yeah.
Well, I had a friend that fucking his dad was a fireman and he lit a big fucking fire and then we just never saw him again.
What?
And then, yeah. Okay. So there used when I went to grade school, there's a little fucking plum orchard across the street, and behind it was a pasture, like
someone set fire.
So, and there was also between the plum orchard and the pasture was a big fucking storm drain entrance. And so, naturally, us kids would go down there and fucking explore. And we would we couldn't always get flashlights, so sometimes we'd make makeshift torches.
The dangerous shit you do as a kid.
And you make makeshift torches, like, well, I want to put laundry detergent on a rag and a stick and light it on fire and see how long that lasts.
Right.
And fucking go into an enclosed space and just breathe all the fumes.
Oh, great.
Shit like that. Or we'd use candles or something if we could find them. But the thing was, he brought a bunch of stupid kids. He thought it would be funny to fucking late matches, blow them out, and then throw them in dry weeds in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the first time we got a little fire going, we put it out with like my buddy's water bottle, and then him and I were both like, all right, we're fucking out of here. You guys are retarded. So we're going to fucking skate. See ya.
Yeah.
So we took off, and then fucking this dummy and his friends managed to light up a whole big fucking like 6-foot diameter patch of fucking bamboo.
No.
Which if you've ever seen bamboo go up, it goes up in a giant fireball.
Bamboo is a grass.
I mean, it shot like 30 feet in the fucking air. You're talking a 6-foot diameter fireball that shot straight up 30 foot in the air.
Nice.
And then from there, it caught the pasture. It was all dried out for summer. And it fucking burned a whole bunch of the pasture down. Well, his dad was one of the local firemen. In fact, the one who drove the fucking truck to put the fire out.
Sure.
No houses were burned. It was just some pasture land, very minor damage. Very, very. I mean, there was some financial, like it was a couple grand in financial recompense to pay for the damage to the pasture land.
Sure.
No, or the restitution or whatever.
That was the word I was looking for. But I just never saw that dude again. Like
is that your most dangerous fire story?
Mine, yeah. I guess, and I found out years later that his dad sent him to like another state to live with other family.
Yeah, I imagine he was sent away. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is?
No, we would do that shit all the time out here, man. When I was like late teens, early 20s, would go out into the desert and start lighting shit on fire. And
we were like third grade when this happened.
Oh wow! Okay, third grade fire starters. Started young,
dude. Impressive, dude.
Yeah,
pretty good result for that age.
Well, I'm always like happy that I fucking
quite a prodigy.
I
pretty proud of myself for walking the fuck away. I've been like, all right, you guys
Right.
I'm out.
Right.
I have
This is
similar.
nuts.
I got a fire story. I may have accidentally set my house on fire, and so I was playing with fire as you do, and I had some as you do, as every kid does, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I had some plastic. I set the plastic on fire.
Yeah.
Well, you know what happens to some types of plastic when you catch it on fire? It starts dripping. So fucking liquid fire is like dripping onto the carpet, and the carpet starts fucking catching fire. And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to do something. I got to put out the fire. And I was like, well, you always blow out a birthday cake. So I'll turn the fan on.
Oh fuck.
And the fan will blow the fire out, just like in a cartoon, right? So that doesn't work. That goes horribly, horribly wrong. And the drapes
fan the flames. That does not mean put them out.
Exactly. So the flames start getting fanned, and they're like getting blown towards the drapes and shit. The drapes are like singeing and curling up, and I'm like, oh my God. And I throw the fan on top of the fire. I'm like, it's got to put it out now. It's right on the fucking thing. And so all we end up with at this point is a fire with a fan going, and the flames are like kind of getting chopped by the fan a little bit, but the fire's still going. And now the fan is starting to catch on fire.
Oh, the fan started catching on fire.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God. And so I had this like little. Well, I guess I shouldn't say little. It was probably like half a gallon or something. It was like this watering pail. And I like bolted as fast as I could to the bathroom and filled it up with water. And I'm like bolting as fast as I can, but then stopping because like for part of the journey, I'm in view of my parents. So I'm like stopping and then walking like perfectly normal. And then as soon as I get out of their side, I'm like, and I'm like up there and I'm like trying to sprinkle it with the little fucking thing. And I'm like, fuck this ain't working. I just start dumping water. And finally after all the water's on there, I start like stomping it out and shit. And I'm like, okay, I've decided to move the toy chest over here. And I take the toy chest and I put it on top of this giant black spot in the carpet.
Your parents ever find out?
And it stays there for like 9 months until one day my parents are like, that is the stupidest place to ever put a toy chest ever. Why would he put it there? Why is he so insistent on being there? Oh my God, what happened? And I was like, oh, and then I told them the whole story.
Should have said that was like that when I got here, Mom.
Yeah, it was like that when we moved in. And then, dude, later that fucking year, we had a bird build a fucking nest in like a chandelier, like this outdoor chandelier thing that we had. And my parents went to like let some people out of the house. They turned on the light, and the fucking light just bursts into flames with all this like old dry tinder. Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty fucking crazy. That was the year of fire. That's what the Chinese call it.
Oh man, we need to play that fucking Prodigy song.
Any more fire stories?
I am the fire starter.
Yeah. Let's play the fire starter song. And have you ever seen a fire tornado?
No, but it sounds awesome.
Dude, it's like the most heavy metal shit you've ever seen in your fucking life. A fucking fire tornado, and it's real. Go look up fire tornadoes on YouTube.
That happened in Dresden in World War II. And they bombed the fucking shit out of Dresden.
Oh, fuck, dude. Dude, what about a fire sharknado?
Yeah.
Fucking sharks coming out of a fucking flame, and they're covered in spikes. Okay. And they got freaking
what about
beams on their head.
Sharktopus? What about Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf, dude?
Whale Wolf?
Yeah, have you guys not seen those movies like on Sci-Fi? Sharktopus?
I've
half
seen
shark, half
some
octopus.
Sharktopus. Yeah, I've seen some Sharktopus footage. I haven't actually checked out the movies. I believe there's actually 2 different Sharktopus properties, like 2 different properties, both with a half shark, half octopus.
Yeah, it's like versus Whale Wolf, or it's versus Terracuda, which is like half pterodactyl, half barracuda, or something weird like that.
Terracuda.
Yeah,
I love that song. Ooh, Terracuda. We just got copyright strike.
Some of the other ones, Terracuda, Piranaconda, so half piranha, half anaconda somehow.
So there's a whole bunch of these. Are these
At least a few.
Hold on, wait a minute. A whole bunch of shitty movies pumped out in rapid succession. I'm detecting the finger of what's his fucking name that he pumps out like a million movies. Corman. Is this a fucking Corman series?
Yeah. Film is produced, yes, by Roger Corman, starring Robert Carradine.
Yeah, this fucking guy. He has made a million fucking movies, dude. And they're all like cheesy. Yep, film produced by
Shotgun
Roger
approach
Corman.
is not a bad approach, though.
Sharktopus
It's got to be so hard to get anything successful in Hollywood. You know, putting out a million fucking movies. If it makes you a profit at the end of the day.
Oh, he's the equivalent of the dude that like may not make fantastic videos on YouTube every day, but he puts out a fucking YouTube video every single day.
Oh,
He's that guy. Like he's putting out a movie. He's putting out multiple movies in a single year sometimes, dude. Multiple movies in a year. Like there are times when it's like he had actors on set for an extra 2.5 days. Like I believe like at one time he had Boris Karloff on set for like an extra 2 days, and he's like, film another movie. We'll put it together later. Like this dude shit out movies left and right.
Sounds like Ed Wood.
Still does. Oh, dude, Ed Wood.
You
know about Ed Wood, Stabby?
Isn't that the name they use for movies that are awful?
It's yes, actually, I believe so. But it's in reference to the actual director, Ed Wood, who I believe used one of his movies as a vehicle to explore his fantasy of dressing up as a woman.
Glenn or Glenda?
Yes, I believe that was it.
Yeah, but he had the ones like a bunch of B movies, dude, like Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Plan 9, with Lugosi.
Yeah.
He scooped up Lugosi after he was now we're getting into my fucking wheelhouse, dude. He scooped up fucking Lugosi when he was like an old washed up actor. And this is the guy that fucking
high on morphine.
That made fucking Dracula. He was in like all the Frankenstein movies and all that shit. Like he was like the golden age of fucking horror movies in like the 30s and 40s, basically.
Yeah, but they were all more or less like B movies, though, right?
They were all later on, yeah. He took any role he could at one point because he never got paid basically what he should have. Like a lot of actors back then didn't get paid what they.
Oh, you're talking about Bela Lugosi. I was talking about the
Lugosi.
movies that Ed Wood was.
Oh, Ed Wood
made. Yeah.
Fuck, dude, Ed Wood. He was.
There's a movie about him, played by Johnny Depp.
He was so experimental. Yeah, Johnny Depp, and the guy that plays Lugosi in that movie is amazing. There are times
Martin Landau, right,
where I forgot that he wasn't Lugosi. Like I just forgot at some points, and that's amazing. I study Lugosi.
Did the Lugosi really have like that serious of a morphine or opiate addiction?
He got like hurt. He got his back hurt in like a war or something, because he was from like like Transylvania, like not really, but like over in that area. I think it was Romania. And he got addicted to like pain pills for a while. And he was one of the first celebrities to come out and be like, I've got a problem. I'm going to this hospital to get treated. I encourage other people to do the same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was like that. He was like one of the first dudes to do that.
That's interesting. You're into Bela Lugosi, and I love old Vincent Price movies.
Oh, Vincent Price is amazing, dude. That voice. Vincent Price's voice is fucking like butter.
Yeah, like what was it I just watched not that long ago that I'd never heard of, but I saw it and I was like, holy shit.
Dude.
There's that Will Smith movie.
Will Smith?
It's a Will Smith zombie movie where he's like the last guy left in the city or something.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But then
why can I not remember the name of that?
Yeah, the original was a Vincent Price film.
Was a Vincent Price movie, and that movie
better.
And that movie is actually one of the very first times we get like a zombie horror survival type movie. Like it really is one of the first apocalyptic horror zombie movies. And I know what you're talking about.
I Am
I
Legend.
think it's just called
I Am
Last
Legend.
Man on Earth, isn't it?
No, I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yes,
I had to look that up. It was going to drive me nuts, dude.
Yeah,
I
Will
think
Smith
the
is
original was called Last Man on Earth.
Yeah, I think it was actually Last Man on Earth.
Oh shit! So that's a different one then. Well, I Am Legend is kind of the same thing.
I Am
It's
Legend
just
is based on that. It's a remake.
It was,
yeah. Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're straight. I get what you're saying.
We're
now.
straight now.
I catch up eventually, dude.
But yeah, I heard the Will Smith adaptation was not as good.
It didn't have anywhere near as good of an ending. Not even close.
Okay.
So,
Well, there's a pretty big twist in that
I actually
movie.
like the movie.
I kind of don't want to give it away, but it's like there's a
even though it's
pretty
like a 40 or 50-year-old movie.
yeah, I know, but like it's so still worth watching without
Yeah,
like
it's not. Yeah,
the
I would
twist
say
given away.
it's Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. Hold on a second. I think you can find it on YouTube.
Probably. I love that old shit like that kind of slips through the cracks and no one claims it, so you kind of like get these old shitty movies
Yeah,
that you normally can't watch on YouTube.
720p full length movie. It's on YouTube. It's been on there for 3 years, so it's not likely to go.
Fuck yeah,
It's
dude.
just Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, 1964.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
It's hard to carry a movie when you're like the only dude on screen 90% of the time.
And Vincent Price does it.
Vincent Price is one of the few people that can do it.
All right.
Vincent Price makes Will Smith look like a joke.
That's an unfair comparison.
You're right. It is.
yeah, he is pretty legendary, dude. Yeah.
Although
Vincent
I'd say there's some stuff Will Smith has done that Vincent Price couldn't do.
Yeah, I don't hate Will Smith.
Yeah, I'm
I'll say
not
that now.
hating on Will Smith. I'm just saying, like, when you compare the two movies,
It's a, yeah, it's
Vincent
like
Price.
Yeah, he couldn't
one
carry
of the
it the way
movies
that
is
Price
called
did.
I Am Legend, and one of the movies is a legend.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
No, let me make clear though. I've watched I Am Legend. I like the movie and I have it on DVD. Like I do enjoy that movie.
Okay. So you recommend? See, I've never seen that one.
It's not.
Yeah,
that,
you know what? That's true. The ending did bug me too because it seemed like he could have still survived. Had a good.
there's
better
absolutely
chance
no
of
reason for him
surviving.
to kill himself. There's none.
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
There's
Yeah.
no reason for this. Like they didn't make the reason for self-sacrifice clear.
They didn't make it well. Like so in I Am Legend.
Well, no, it
That's-
was not necessary. He should have been able to, or at least try
It was
to
a
make
forced.
it.
It was a forced ending.
So in
Yeah,
I Am Legend,
yeah.
essentially, he sneaks her through. Like he sneaks. They're stuck in a room.
Yeah.
Like super strong glass, and all the zombie creatures are trying to get in through the glass.
Yep.
Because he's got the leader's mate,
Okay.
and he's figured out a cure, and now he reinfects her and sends her back out, and they decide to come in and kill him anyway, I think, and he sends the girl and the kid that he met, who he's given the cure to, out through like a secret escape tunnel, and
Okay.
hangs out in there with like a grenade. But
Nice.
the reality is he could have just gone through the secret escape tunnel with them and left a grenade.
Yeah.
And it would
Yeah.
have been like there
So
was
that-
no
yeah.
reason at all for him to be
So
dead.
there's no reason for the
Nothing.
sacrifice. Yeah, I like it when it's like you've got. It's so cliche, but like I don't know if either of you saw any of the newer like Star Wars movies, but like the two people are fighting and then literally a cliff opens up between them. And it's
Yeah.
like, I like it when like that was a little contrived for me, but I like it when like yes, it's definite like they had to stop fighting. They didn't have a choice. Like this is the situation they're forced into type of thing.
Well, you know, in the newest one
Seems
with
like they
Ray,
didn't earn that with the grenade part.
Yeah, they could have gone without the cliff, and it could have just been a case where she had the opportunity to kill him and just didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
She's young and she has no reason, like no real reason to kill him. I
Right.
mean, yeah, he did kill.
I just like smart writing where it's like even me trying as hard as I could, like
Couldn't come up with a better.
couldn't get it
Yeah.
done given the circumstances.
Doctor
Because
Strange does a similar thing like that.
you look at characters and you're like, that is so fucking dumb. Why would they do that?
Yeah,
Like I think
have a
that
thing with
constantly.
superheroes that don't kill the bad guy.
Oh well.
It drives me nuts because in a lot of cases there's no reason not to. Like the Joker's got
Yeah.
that fucking Arkham Asylum how many times and killed?
If the Joker is like 99% likely to break out and kill more innocent people again,
and it's already happened several times.
yeah, and you've already given him more than enough chances. It's like
yeah, put a
how
bullet
much
Like
longer?
Batman should almost be sued for negligence for not killing.
How much blood is on Batman's hand as a result?
Little kids in Gotham City write Batman letters like, "Dear Batman, please, for the love of Christ, kill the Joker." Why won't you do this?
This is the Joker.
He is not redeemable.
This is not like some run-of-the-mill like guy that like mugged an old lady and stole her purse. Like that's bad enough.
Whose parents are dead because Batman failed to fucking take care of the problem.
Because he did, and he didn't, and he just like, he's like, we got to do this thing where we let him go again. And then people are always like, Batman doesn't kill. Batman doesn't kill. He doesn't use guns. Motherfucker, Batman was using guns and shooting the fuck out of people back in the 30s and 40s. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
the original comic, you kill people.
Batman doesn't kill people is a newer concept. And people seem to forget that.
It's this lie that they want to spread where, like, the hero has got to be this perfect person and that it's better to avoid violence or avoid, the final solution to a criminal. You can't, if you kill him, you win.
If you could lock up the Joker forever, then fine. Doing it that way works. Yeah, but it's been proven time and time again that is just not the case. He's going to get out, and more innocent people will die.
Same with the fucking Penguin and the Riddler and the fucking, every one of those villains would keep getting out and kill people.
Especially if they're hurting people. Like sometimes the Catwoman character, sometimes she's like stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, and it's like, I wouldn't treat her the same way as I would the guy who's going around cutting people's faces off. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, what if they had a thing in the Flash, the new series, where
we're in the comics now.
Or was it Captain Cold?
Yeah, Captain Cold.
Freeze gun, Captain Cold. The Flash meets with Captain Cold, and he's like, "Look, I know that you can ruin my life by exposing my identity, so I can't stop you. But if you kill people, all bets are off. I'll do whatever it takes to stop you, and I don't care if that exposes my secret identity."
Yeah.
And they made an agreement, and Captain Cold's like, "All right, well, I won't kill people when I do my robberies, and if you thwart the robbery, then I lose, and all's fair in love and war, but you can't take me to jail." And that was like the deal they made, was that he wouldn't kill people. That would be the one line
he doesn't. And if anyone on his team does, he gets really mad about it.
Yeah. And so that was like a thing. And I was like, well, that actually kind of makes sense. This guy's got some dirt on you, and,
It's like honor among thieves.
But he keeps his word. That's the other thing.
And, and it's like, and honor still means something.
Yeah. And then in, what was it? Doctor Strange had a great thing that I thought really made sense to me. Was he was like, after he killed the guy, in the first part of the movie, he kills a guy to protect himself.
Sure.
And then they're like, "All right, you're gonna help us, take out the rest of these guys." And he's like, "I'm a fucking doctor. I swore an oath.
Yeah.
I'm
supposed to
not anyone else.
Yeah, I'm supposed to help.
I can understand his point.
Yeah, I get it.
But the rest of the superheroes are just like regular everyday folks. I'm like, come on, man, you're totally unrealistic. Why
having them be that idealistic. It's kind of why. Did I send you the Stabby? Did I send you the Batman vs Superman one where P. Holmes plays Batman?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like how he breaks it down, like how fucking Superman, for having all these fucking amazing powers, is kind of boring because he's too, like he always does the right thing. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of the reason like Superman's not that character powerful.
He's a paradigm.
Interesting of a character.
He's less of a character and more of a paradigm of virtue. Like he is the ultimate corruptible thing, or uncorruptible.
He's almost like the archetypal hero, like perfect in all fucking ways.
But the crazy thing is that Superman was originally written as a bad guy. Mm-hmm. And every time they try to do like a Superman is evil story, people go fucking apeshit and they're like, yes, Superman is evil. Like he's been so like vanilla and so traditional for so long that people just love a dark twist. And I think that's what like Warner Brothers has tried to steer into recently. Like they want a darker Superman.
Well,
And I don't know if people actually want a darker Superman like they think they do.
Well, you know,
It'd be at least a change, man. It'd be worth a shot.
they
Yeah,
made,
but
they made
like
Batman
for the
super dark again.
for like a
Yeah, I
could
love
see
what they
for
did
like
with Batman in the Dark Knight, dude.
yeah, that's the thing. Like Superman was always like the Boy Scout, and then to offset that, you could team him up with Batman, who was like he was more willing to do stuff to get the job done. You know what I mean?
Like, whatever it takes, we're
Right.
gonna protect.
There's
Exactly.
more gray areas, dude. A lot more gray areas with Batman.
And that forced both of their characters to be like, all right, like maybe I've got to make some concessions here. You know what I mean? There's a good
Yeah. Oh yeah,
there's
no,
a good
they're much better
back and forth.
Yeah.
I
Stabby,
think-
is that the only one of those that you had seen? There's the one I sent you?
I watched a bunch of this stuff. I didn't really get into the X-Men stuff like that.
No. I mean, there's the whole like 40-minute or 45-minute chunk on just him playing Batman and making fun of.
No, I never watched that.
Yeah. No, it's fucking funny, dude. No, well, it's different chapters, like him against the Riddler, and like the Riddler does like a really basic riddle, and even Batman can't figure out this real basic, and the Riddler's all pissed off, like, dude, that was like the easy starter question. Like,
Yeah.
I got ones that are way harder than this, and you're not figuring this out. Like, yeah, they're actually pretty funny, dude. They're really fucking funny.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, I can send them to you if you want, dude. But
Well, no,
yeah.
I've still got them on that messaging. I can go back and look at the one and go from there if it's like.
Yeah, it'll usually connect to the other ones. If not, yeah, just type in Badman, B-A-D, like David, M-A-N, instead of Batman.
Okay, so it's Batman instead of Batman.
Clever. Bad.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, comics are fun. So so the ultimate conversation, the ultimate fanboy argument, DC or Marvel?
Oh, I've never.
And Marvel.
You want Marvel. Stabby has
Batman's
preference.
probably one of the very few DCs that I really enjoy.
Batman. Okay.
Batman's really the only one I really enjoyed. And although, to be fair, I haven't read it anywhere near as much DC as Marvel.
Did you ever watch the Batman animated series?
Which one? I've watched a lot of them.
Like the 90s, like Batman the Animated Series is literally the name of it.
Yeah, I watched that one.
I highly recommend that if you're into Batman. If you don't like Superman, then you may want to skip this Superman show that came after it. But
I watched Batman Brave and the Bold.
But when that team does Justice League, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was all on Netflix. I watched all the Justice League stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
I still haven't. Like, I watched Jessica Jones and actually, I haven't even watched Daredevil or any of that.
there's
That's
so
weird.
much
Well, I thought they were going to
stuff
do
out there now.
They were going to actually do a Justice League with the DC universe, like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Yeah,
They've
that'd
been
be nice.
desperately trying to work their way towards it.
Well, the
Like,
DC stuff
You
works
know how
better
Marvel
on
did
TV.
it? They came out with a bunch of movies first that were successful and then combined them for an even more successful one. DC's desperately trying to get that to happen with Justice League.
DC should stick with TV because they got a good thing going with CW. They keep putting out really good stuff on CW and Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah,
If
TV
they
is
just stick with it and do a TV version of Justice League, they'd be way more successful than if they try to force it into a movie.
they are trying to play catch up in the most obvious, painful way possible. And the only movie that's even come close to succeeding is this new Wonder Woman movie. And that's mainly because it's the first female superhero movie.
I like the Batman versus Superman. I know I'm probably the only one.
Yeah. What about Elektra? Does Elektra not count as a superhero? She's fucking badass, dude.
She was the first. Dude, there's probably like way earlier, like first female superhero version, but it's like this is the one people accept now.
Right.
People love this one, so it's like DC has a chance, but they've already poisoned the well so much. Like, can they recover all of the bad movies now?
There was that, the Green Lantern one. I enjoyed it, but I definitely was not a great movie.
Yeah. The one with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
No, he needs to stick to Deadpool because
he's a lot funnier in Deadpool.
He's a perfect person to play Deadpool, I think, dude.
They should have stuck with the black Green Lantern dude.
Oh yeah,
I think that's the one they probably should have gone with.
Jon Stewart.
It's a little more like stern and
not the Daily Show.
I think that version of Green Lantern would have been a better sales pitch. It's a little darker. It's a little harder. It's not quite as goofy.
There's literally like a generation or two of kids that like they grew up with that Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And they don't know the other ones, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Ryan Reynolds, motherfucker. Yeah.
Like I want Green Lantern to look like fucking Ice Cube or something. Like who the fuck is this guy?
I just think they would have had better commercial success with that story. I think it would have had a little more depth to it, more than like I'm afraid because I crashed a plane. My daddy died in a plane crash. All right,
people really
fucking heard that shit before. It's not really great.
People really hate that suit too.
Yeah, that suit was kind of dumb.
The suit ruined the movie for a huge portion of people. Like just that alone.
It was so lame.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
It can't look that cartoony, dude. Like
it was just an excuse to basically show off Ryan Reynolds' hot body. That was all it was. And it was like
which I was grateful for.
You can go the beefcake route all you want in a lot of other ways that don't make the suit look dumb.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the Power Rangers movie. It's like I found I criticized the way their suits looked. And people are like, that's just because you don't want new updated stuff. And it's like, there is a way to update things and not make it fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee there's a way to do it.
If they'd made it like a tight spandex suit, that would have worked. That's all they needed to do.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, man. It's when you start getting overcomplicated too that like just keep it simple, fuckers.
Just made up a spandex suit and had to make a couple of jokes about like where the fuck did this come from?
It's like these are like movies that make like millions and millions and millions of dollars to make and advertise for, and it's like, how does that design get picked to be in the movie? Like, were there no alternatives?
How do they look at that and say, "Yep, that's the one"?
Yeah, like was that the best that they had to pick from? Like, what were the other ones?
Well, in a lot of cases, they'll do focus groups where what happens is the producers make the call, and that almost always ends up in disaster.
Right.
When you take it away from the actual creative people who've made things before and know what they're fucking doing, and put it in the hands of people who are like, well, I'm in control of the money, so I get to make the call, but I have no experience doing that.
Let's do the safe thing and appeal to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah. Well, and it was probably a focus group. It was probably a focus group, and a lot of people were like, oh, that's really cool. But, a 5 second.
Well, why are focus groups so fucking dumb all the time?
Like, well, the thing is, here I can explain it though.
Okay.
A 5-minute clip of that isn't the same as seeing the whole movie.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so it looks really cool for just a couple of moments. But after seeing it for a couple of moments, the coolness factor wears off and it starts to kind of look really dumb.
And then also it's like, what are the questions that they're asking? Like, oh, was that interesting? And it's like, was that different? It's like, what kind of data are they getting? And it's like, how are they interpreting it? And it's like, and what kind of fucking focus group people are they getting?
It was all 13-year-old girls, and they all thought he was really sexy. Oh,
yeah, like, are they just lazy with their demographics or what?
Yeah. They probably just decided because he's hot, it would sell to the ladies, and that's how they would get the ladies in. And it's like, nope, you gotta have a better storyline if you want ladies to watch it.
We got the women.
Right.
Other than like Matt.
I got to step away here for a minute. I'll be back in a few minutes, okay?
Oh. But this is like gripping, important conversation.
Other than Magic Mike,
comic book movies.
Women actually want like a plot and storyline, and that's what brings them to see a movie. It's an interesting story.
I want a good plot and storyline too.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, guys will go watch movies with just lots of explosions sometimes.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely down for an explosion movie too.
And I'm sure there are lots of ladies that love those, but the majority of women want like an actual storyline.
Yeah, they want like Eat, Pray, and Love, and like what was that movie where the chick gets banged by the dude?
Somebody
50
got a
Shades.
groove back.
Oh yeah, and Stella.
Oh, you're talking 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
How Stella got 50 Shades grayer.
I watched fucking 50 Shades of Grey. That was awful. It was so
Was
fucking
it?
funny.
Yeah. I figured it was going to be pretty bad. It was like, was it just porn for girls?
It was, kind of, and like the BDSM stuff was really, really fucking not the way you
Awkward.
do BDSM.
Yeah.
But fucking, it was the funniest fucking movie. You just watch it from like the standpoint of like just dumb fucking relationship things you can do. It like fucking it hit every one of them.
There are certain things that when they reach a fever pitch in the like mainstream to the point where everyone is talking about it. When the 50 Shades thing happened, I just put my head under a pillow. I was like an ostrich. I put my head in the
I
sand.
didn't really pay much attention to it.
And I just waited for it to pass me by. And then I was like completely clueless about it during it, before it, and after it. And I don't think I missed out on much hearing about it.
I didn't really pay any attention to it when it was going on. Like I just sort of like heard stuff.
Sure.
But
I did.
I watched the movie just because it was like a $5 movie at Target, and I'm like, I bet this is fucking funny as hell.
Absolutely.
Because I've seen a couple of like excerpts from the book, like little sentences here and there that people excerpted because they were so bad.
Oh yeah, having
written.
having people like read that stuff on a YouTube video is hilarious.
Yeah, and so I've seen a couple of those, and I figured the movie's got to be just as awful, and it was gloriously terrible. It was so bad it was funny. It was
like a Tommy Wiseau film.
Yeah.
Like an Ed Wood film.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But I would definitely recommend some fucking weed. Smoke some weed before you watch it.
Recommend some weed and a girlfriend, probably.
Well, I had to bring it back because I gotta fucking I gotta talk about these edibles.
Okay, talk about some edibles.
So they're.
You know, marijuana's been decriminalized in my state now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a step forward.
That is a step forward. I mean, you still get a ticket.
Yeah, but you don't go to jail. And
but you don't go to jail, and it's not this big, huge thing that ruins your life.
Yeah. So I got these edibles, and they're like peanut butter cup edibles, right?
Excellent.
That's what the label says.
Sure.
What they are.
Yeah.
Is peanut butter M&Ms that have been dipped in chocolate.
Okay.
Very poorly dipped in chocolate.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not smooth or like uniform at all. You can see the shell through parts where it's thinner.
You're not buying it for that.
No, I know. I just thought it was like you're not making stoners look good with these. It's like really, really shitty edibles.
Really, yeah, really ghetto. Yeah.
Well, and especially when like making an actual peanut butter cup really isn't that hard to do. You literally just like freeze the peanut butter center, put a little bit of chocolate in the cup, drop the peanut butter center in, wait like a moment, and
they're all stoned, Stabby. They don't know what's happening.
I mean, it's one of the easier candies to make. I just thought it was so funny to fucking their idea of the peanut butter cup was literally a peanut butter M&M that they dipped in fucking weed chocolate. It was so fucking ghetto. When I opened the bag, I'm like, did they fucking melt? No? Oh shit, these are the worst. Because I'm like chewing on I cut it in half.
I don't know what the dosage is for an edible.
The standard dosage you should start with is 10 milligrams. I started with 5.
Okay.
And I cut that in half just to see what happened.
Sure.
Because I'm going to work my way up. And then I took the other half after like an hour and nothing happening. And so 5, I think, is too low.
Okay.
But, I'm not in any kind of rush. So I'm going to take, on the next one, I'll just take 5 at once and see what happens. And
yeah, don't be careful that you don't accidentally like dose yourself.
Let me take 50.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like don't give yourself tolerance. Like if you build up to the points like, well, I can take 5, I better take 10, and then you're slowly building up to 10, and your tolerance builds up along with it. Then it's like, God damn, 10 doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know if that's very likely. My goal with the edibles is not necessarily to get super high. I have like back pain.
Okay.
Like these prescription medications, and I'm kind of wondering if I couldn't switch to just like weed edibles. If I take find the right dosage, it just kills the pain.
Sure.
It doesn't fuck me up too bad. That
Yeah.
might be better because like I'm getting
You
kind
may,
of tired of
depending on how often you take it, you may have to adjust your dosage, like up and down, depending on your tolerance levels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's a process.
So, yeah, it's a big, huge thing. I wish you luck in that endeavor.
Well, and the other thing is weed can also lower your blood pressure. It's an anti-inflammatory. There's a lot of really good benefits from it.
Is that that's from like the CBDs and stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like just work my way up to a good dosage. The edibles is just I know that you need to be careful with the edibles because they can really fuck you up.
Yeah, I hear people like
different high.
Really caution like the first time people start with an edible, and it's like I've heard stories where it's like here's a guy who smokes weed all day long, and it's like he could take double what they recommend, and it's like that would probably be okay for him. Meanwhile, some other guy like probably needs to take significantly less than like the recommended dosage or something.
In Denver, Colorado, where they or just in Colorado in general, when they first legalized it because they were the first state for so long, with recreational weed, they very shortly had to start offering rookie cookies for the people who'd never done it before.
Sure.
And didn't realize that when you buy a weed cookie, you're supposed to eat like a fourth of it, or in some cases like an eighth of it. It's not, you don't eat the whole cookie.
Really? Okay.
Well, because they'll sell you a cookie that's like 180 fucking milligrams.
Oh yeah, depending on the dosage of the cookie.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And like 10 milligrams is what you really want to start with if you've never done it before. That's the highest you want to start. You're better off doing like I'm doing, where you take like 5 and see what happens. If that doesn't work, then you wait, and the next day take 10.
Yeah.
And just build it up by a little bit at a time, just until you get to the point where you're actually getting the effects.
I've just heard that dosing edibles is very different.
Well, it's
because when you smoke,
you get substance.
You get a more immediate effect when you smoke too. When you eat, doesn't it take a while?
Yeah, it's like it takes 2 hours to hit, and then it'll last at least 4 to 6 hours on average, sometimes longer.
Okay.
Some people for like 8, 12.
I know they just really caution people about like dosing edibles.
It's not something that you're gonna like kill yourself with. It's just you're gonna end up freaking out and thinking you're dying.
Yeah, or getting like sick or something.
Not really. You might take a really big shit.
Take a really big shit. No, I know people that have gotten.
You're not likely to
I know people that have gotten like dizzy just from getting high.
Oh yeah, and like you lay down and stuff. Yeah. I thought you meant like throwing up and stuff. I'm like, I don't think it's ever really made anybody puke.
Well, I mean, probably.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, you're probably gonna be fine.
But yeah,
nobody.
I don't know.
Yet.
I have never actually tried an edible. It's never been legal in my state. It was just recently decriminalized, but it's like I don't think.
Let me just ship some to you through FedEx.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nothing can go wrong with that.
Thank you, Mr. CIA agent out there. You can just pick that up.
Yeah, just pick that up and deliver it to him for me. Appreciate that.
And then you can take me directly to jail.
It'd be fucking funny as shit if like the fucking chat suddenly like changed color and like another like fucking like bright red letters popped up. We're not like FedEx. We don't deliver.
Yeah. Nice. No, I send it UPS.
Yeah.
They treat their packages and employees much better.
But fucking yeah, edibles can fuck with you because it's a different chemical that you actually end up getting high off of. It's not THC.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It metabolizes through your liver, and the different chemical is what gets you high. It's a similar experience, but it's also there's some key differences. It can be a lot more powerful psychedelic wise. So you can get you like when you see the shitty movie things where people are fucking like seeing shit, like that's from edibles. You can get to that point if you take a lot.
Nice.
Like kind of see shit that ain't there.
Yeah, I can honestly say I've never had enough pot to make me hallucinate.
Yeah, if you take enough edibles, like heavy enough, you can. Nice. I mean, it's what I'm saying is probably debatable. I'm sure there's people who are like, that's not true. And, maybe I'm wrong. Not a fucking expert. This is just what I've heard from stoners.
I mean, I would assume that THC is one of the active ingredients that
No,
gets
I'm sure you
digested.
still get high from the THC.
But,
I think there's also
yeah,
other chemicals.
There's there's certain chemical processes that occur when you cook something as well. Like
Yeah.
I've always heard that like THC can bond to chocolate really well for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's like the fats because it also bonds with butter really well.
Okay. Yeah, there's just something about the molecule that bonds really well with certain things.
One of the ways you get the weed into edible form is you cook the weed in butter, and the butter soaks up all the stuff.
Yeah.
It leaves the plant and bonds to the fats in the butter.
I've heard of this before.
And so I would imagine because it's really easy to cook into butter, mixing it into like chocolate is very, very easy.
Yeah.
You take raw chocolate and you mix it with butter and milk and sugar, then you have a chocolate bar. So
delicious.
Yeah, I was surprised. I've always heard edibles were like really gross tasting, but these ones weren't. It was just chocolate and fucking M&M.
Yeah, I think it depends on like how strong they are and like the recipe used and.
Yeah, you know what? These are kind of like mild as far as strength goes. They're not super hardcore.
Yeah. Because you can just get like someone who's good at baking, and it's like their edibles are probably going to be tasting a little bit better.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things I thought about trying to get into when the weed stuff came to town, but I don't know that it's quickly become like a mass-produced thing.
Sure.
I mean, like if you want to, I would definitely put my baking up against any of the stuff that they're selling right now. And I guarantee mine would be a million times better.
Yeah, because you're just making like a batch versus
I'm not using the same.
Them trying to pump out
as many as they can for as cheap as they can.
Exactly.
But like if you were like, I would want to put out things like rookie cookies where they're not super strong. Where it's like a 10 milligram, a 20 milligram, and a 30 milligram, and that's
the rookie cookie.
Yeah. Well, they had to do that because people were getting way too high and freaking out, and then calling the hospital, and ended up with these huge hospital bills.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the dosage for edibles is really like weird. It's not like indicative of like the smoking dosage necessarily.
Well, there's also no measuring system, so.
Yeah, there's no standard.
From one company might not be the same as 10 milligrams from another company.
Yeah, and the batches, a lot of times batches get weaker, like the later on they're made. So it's like a lot of the earlier batches will have a higher THC content or CBD content.
Yeah, there's because it's still federally illegal, there's not a lot of testing that can be done.
There's no standardization in place, really.
And so it makes it hard to know exactly what you're getting. So your best bet is to slowly work your way up on something and then keep buying from that company.
Yeah. Something more reliable.
Yeah.
As few factors as possible. Yeah. Well, I hate to say this, homie, but I'm probably going to have to get going. It's like...
Yeah, I'm ready to pass out.
I was actually saying I'm just going to tap back in, but... I forgot that this was Sunday for some reason. Like, I guess because it's my son's birthday, it kind of threw me off today. But yeah, I actually took a couple sleeping pills like about 2 hours before the stream started. So
nice.
Yeah.
So you're about to just fall asleep.
Yeah,
I've been pretty groggy this whole time, man.
I think we did good. We ended on drugs. We started with like pornography and like fucking hurting your dick, and then ended on drugs.
Yeah.
Man, start strong and strong, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing where a conversation can go.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we went from vacuum cleaner dicks to everything else.
Damn, Skippy. All right. Thanks for joining us for the Untold Studios podcast. We're going on.
Yay.